It is, in fact, the greatest time to be a Denver Nugget fan, and there are many people here who have come to celebrate. Thanks for joining us here at Civic Center Park. I'm Tom Green, along with Kim Christensen and Rod Mackey. We're back for another parade. It's been less than a year.
Can you believe it?
We got to make this an annual event.
Let's
this is
do
fantastic.
it. Let's hold a parade.
Oh, my God.
Come on. The crowds are huge.
Yeah. I would say at this point in the day, this crowd is larger than last year's crowd for the Avalanche. They've been rocking, big, gigantic, Grizz getting the crowd going, and the parade hasn't even started yet.
It's kind of surprising because we were talking about it as we walked over here. Last year, there had been such a long time since we've had a parade, since Super Bowl 50, so Denver fans were starved for it. Now they just had one less than a year ago, and yet, I mean, you can see behind us, it's back there. As far as you can see to the Capitol, there are Nugget fans wall to wall. This is fantastic.
It's that 47 years, you know? You only get one first parade, and this is it.
We do have a beautiful day for it, too. Temperature's very mild. The sun's got a little bit behind the clouds, but it's dry. It's beautiful. We have complete coverage coming up over these next few hours for what the Nuggets are going to celebrate today with all their fans. Jacob Toby joins us now. He is with the team as they start to get ready to load up and get parading. Jacob?
Hey, Tom, we have made the turn from Ball Arena. We are in the thick of it right now. I'm here with Nuggets rookie Jack White. You just asked me off camera, is this more people than I expected? Is it more people than you expected?
I think it is, man, especially Sunday morning. You know, it's been a long weekend celebrating, and obviously 3 days after we're winning, man, for these people to still be coming out and showing this much love to us, it means a lot. It's awesome, man.
You talk about the love. What's it feel like to get that love? You're the guys that put the ball in the hoop, so what's it feel like?
Oh, man, it's everything, man. Like, these are the people that get behind us every game. Showing out, giving us the support. I mean, I remember seeing photos of like years ago when, you know, we couldn't even fill up Ball Arena, and now to have this much support, obviously winning the championship, man, it's just such a special time.
When you were a little kid growing up in Australia, did you ever picture yourself in America on a fire truck after winning an NBA championship?
Oh, man, I mean, it was always a goal, but like, man, it's a reality, man, it's crazy. And especially, you know, my rookie year for this to happen, for me to be a part of something that's so special with such a great bunch of guys, man, couldn't be happier.
Do they do parades like this in Australia, or is it a little better here?
Yeah, no, not like this, man, not like this. No, it's pretty good.
What was your favorite part about watching this team all season long?
Man, just how we stayed together. I mean, we had this goal since training camp back in September, and, you know, for all the guys to fully buy in, you know, there was no egos, everyone was focused on one goal, and you know, that's just a special thing to be a part of. And, you know, for our older guys, our vets, Jeff, Ish, Reggie, DJ, these guys that have been around the league for, you know, 10 plus years, and for them to finally get rewarded with this, after doing things the right way, being great teammates, great presences in our locker room, that just makes it all the better for guys like me.
Jack White, you're an NBA champion. Congrats.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
You know, it's great to look at that shot from Sky 9 where you see the Larry O'Brien trophy that we've waited forever to bring to Colorado, and here it is, and everyone's going to get to share in it.
You know, the unfortunate thing is that the Avs couldn't repeat, or we would have had the trophies for more than a day together. For about a little less than 24 hours, we were the owners of the Stanley Cup and the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but the Avs will go get it next year. The crazy thing is the Nuggets and the Avalanche are both favored to win the whole thing next year. So, like I said, we can be here all the time.
You just do one parade into the next and you sleep overnight. It's so funny looking at the front of that with the trophy. There you have the Joker and his daughter, and you have Jamal Murray up front. They're all right there in the center. You know, so many people have talked about how, of course, he's eager to get back to Serbia, but let's be honest, he knows how important this is to the fans. He's just a low-key guy that's so humble.
Well, he loves it here, of course, but that's his home, and that's his homeland, and it's always been where he's felt connected. But when you think of that fire truck with those guys and those trophies on it making its way here, this is so great they're going to share it with this crowd. And out among the crowd is our own Scotty Gaines. Scotty?
Guys, you know, I'm just taking it in right now. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. and his whole family just rolled by. This is so much fun. Hey, everybody, say hey! Say hey! Hey, you've been one of the happiest fans here all day. What's this energy like for you today?
Oh, man, it's amazing. I'm so happy for Denver. It's been a long time coming. Number one, baby! Yeah!
You know what? There's nothing better than happiness, and this is just a sea of happiness. Here comes some more of the team. I mean, look at how much fun they're having up there. They're just throwing candy out. I'm going to find an extra piece of candy on the ground. There's Uncle Jeff Green and Ish Smith right over here. They're spraying champagne. Is it raining? I don't know. It's raining fun. It's raining champions in Denver. How about Jeff Green and Ish Smith? They're loving life. Everybody here in Denver is just as happy as can be. What a beautiful, beautiful sight. We're live at the Nuggets Parade. I'm Scotty Gange.
Scotty, thanks very much. That's at least they figured out how to get those champagne bottles open. A couple of those were tough to get off the other night.
I know. I guess it's not their gig, or somebody else does it for them normally. I like Scotty's adjusted swag chain today. He's got the whole Larry O'Brien trophy thing attached.
Like seeing Rocky on top of that fire truck.
Totally.
Well, best mascot in any sport, anywhere.
Been here a while.
Yes, he has.
Hey, our Brianna Fernandez is also out there with the paraders, and she joins us now with more. What are you seeing there,
We're
Brianna?
good. I can barely. Hey, good morning, guys. It is a party out here along 17th and Market Street. You can see we got the fire truck. We got a little bit of honking, a little bit of cheering. Everyone is so excited. The parade just get it started over here. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it is super exciting, the energy. This is what Denver fans have been waiting for 47 years. And I was talking to some folks. They said that they have goosebumps and they have tears coming down their face. But you can see it right here. Everyone is just super excited. You can see we got some firefighters up there. I mean, you guys, this is pretty exciting to see. It is amazing that the players are about to come down here any second now. You can feel the energy here in Denver. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Brianna, thanks very much.
Thanks,
you know, it's so
Brianna.
interesting to think about this because everyone thinks of the Joker and Jamal as the stars of this team. But there are a lot of fans out there whose favorite player is Bruce Brown or Uncle Jeff Green, or they have a different favorite player who they can't wait to
Christian
see
Brown.
celebrating.
Yeah. They have a whole future of fans, and among these fans, we've seen the kids. You know, they have some different numbers on, but this has turned into a giant dance party. We talked about we are getting hip with it, thanks to some advice from a 22-year-old in my life, a 21-year-old in your life, that who we've got on stage is where it's at.
That was a big deal that Grizz and Big Gigantic were doing the warm-up. So this place has been rocking for more than an hour. And those fire trucks aren't going to be here for a little bit. Wait till those trucks get here, the teams get here. And I also think remembering last year's speeches, which were so fun and funny, those hockey players really poured their heart out. They had left so much on the ice. It was great to hear them so emotional and possibly inebriated.
Let's be honest, the Nuggets are going to truly have to step it up to get to where the Avalanche were last year. Remember, at this point, many of those players had already jumped off the fire trucks, were running up and down with fans, pounding beers, shotgunning beers, riding bicycles. And then, of course, as you mentioned, once they got here to the Civic Center, it was so great. You had the emotional speech of Jared Bednar. You had Gabriel Landeskog going shirtless, which brought much of the crowd to their feet.
And there's the big rig, the Denver hook and ladder that's got that big fire rescue unit that's got the trophies and the stars out on the front. That truck's going to hit hard when it comes down the lane.
I tell you what, they are professionals, the Avalanche, when they come to indulging. They're professionals. So the Nuggets need to catch up a little bit, but you got to feel the energy. I think we're going to have some great speeches today.
Well, judging from what we saw post-game, for instance, Uncle Jeff barely could get through that first interview on the court because he was already, he's like, I apologize in advance, but I'm a little inebriated, he said. Kept it clean, but if that was immediately after the game, what's it going to be like this after the long, emotional parade through the streets of Denver?
You know, you think of Coach Malone and his life in the NBA. You know, his dad, Brendan Malone, longtime coach. I heard him on the radio yesterday saying that he had to call his dad right after the game as soon as he got to his office, and his dad watches the game in a separate room from his mom. So once he hangs up with dad talking about winning it all, he has to call mom. They have separate conversations. So about an hour ago, I talked to Doug Moe. Doug Moe says he and Big Jane do the same thing. They watch the game in separate places, and so he tuned in the fourth quarter and he couldn't believe it, you know, what his Nuggets were doing. So maybe that's a coach thing or an old school coach thing.
I don't know. I think it's also like when you think of Malone's parents, yes, his dad's a coach, but it's that nervous parent thing, right? Like you drive each other crazy, like I can't take it, you go in the other room, please.
The other thing is you mentioned Doug Moe. You had Dan Issel on set. You talked to David Thompson. Michael Malone was well aware that this championship wasn't for just the current group of 17 Denver Nuggets. This was for the fans who have watched this team play for 47 years without a championship. This is for all the players, for all the years that had worked so hard to get to that championship and were not able to accomplish it, and now this team finally has.
Well, we think of some of the most iconic words ever spoken in Denver or Colorado sports, where this one's for John or this one's for Pat. And you think of this year's team, this one was for all those players from Denver Rockets in the ABA and the Nuggets of the ABA, the 47 years of NBA Nugget players who all put it all in, just weren't good enough. This team put it all in and was good enough. And now they get to share that with all the alumni, all those people who worked with and for the Nuggets, and all these fans. You know, you mentioned Rocky. Rocky's probably been there longer than most of them. So there's a lot of people with a lot invested in this. So you just look around here and see all these people, a lot of jerseys.
This is really for the past and for the fans. Yeah. I mean, this is the day that, everybody in life has things. Life is hard, but let's just pause for a minute and be joyful.
You see a lot of the old school jerseys too. I saw a lot of AI out there. You saw Carmelo out there. It's not just the current team, it's a lot of the former members out there. I haven't seen any 44s yet. I'm looking forward to seeing that somewhere.
And you see the different styles of jerseys too, but there are even some abstract ones like Ty Lawson.
Yeah.
Not one of your legendary Nuggets, but somebody has a Ty Lawson jersey.
Threes, right?
So there's some fun ones. And the former Nuggets who did come back to be part of the NBA Finals, from Dan Issel to David Thompson, Alex English, LaFonso Ellis. Great to see all of them come back and get to make themselves a part of it or feel a part of it.
And it was funny listening to Sean Payton at his press conference talking about how he was there and kind of had to ignore his wife because he was sitting next to David Thompson. So he was talking hoops with David Thompson instead of talking to the missus.
This is what you might be able to hear this in the background. It's kind of low, the volume. This crowd's been rocking. This crowd has been going at it.
They are ready.
You know, somebody at some point is going to say this crowd was X big or Y big. I can tell you this is bigger than last year's at this point. We'll see how many people end up here, because once those people come off the parade route and join us here in Civic Center Park, it's going to be a pretty big crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just it's interesting to see where the fan base is and where they've always been, and maybe we just didn't realize it because, it's always been such a football town. It's always the Broncos that rule. And then the Avalanche, everybody realized, hey, it's a hockey town. Now, it's a basketball town.
I guess amongst the crowd, Scotty Gaines has more from us. Scotty, what do you got?
Interact with the fans. They've been here all year with us. I just heard them chanting, one more year for you. I mean, how special does that make you feel? Look at the baby. Are you kidding me? We got a baby on the parade route. One more year, man. How special does it feel? Amazing, man. This is different. Nothing like this. You guys, look at how cool this is. Gonna let Bruce celebrate his day in the sun. I mean, wow, wow, wow. Jumps out of the truck. This place is just going bananas. I can't tell you how much fun everybody here in Denver is having.
Doesn't that make you think of Aaron Gordon walking around the streets on Monday night?
But you know what's funny? The team has a couple of 21-year-olds on it, and they may think, I'm going to have a parade every year, or I'm going to go to 5 of these or whatever. And then you have a veteran, a 36-year-old like a Jeff Green, who knows this is the parade. This is the only one I'm going to get to. This is the best. I can't believe I'm here. I'm going to take it all in.
Yeah, for Christian Brown, this is just what happens after every season because he won 3 straight high school titles. He won the national championship at Kansas, and he comes as a rookie and wins an NBA championship. So if they ever lose, he's going to be thrown off.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle Clark is down here with us today, and he, of course, is getting the best feel for what's happening out in the amongst them.
All right, let's answer the question. How early do you have to get to the Nuggets' first championship celebration to be the first guy in the first row? I don't know, Chris, let me ask you, what did it take to be the first guy in the first row?
It took a flight from New Jersey at 11:30. I've been here almost 12 hours now.
You just kind of camp out overnight?
Yeah, camp out. Yeah. We were in the park.
Was it cold?
A little bit, not too bad. It wasn't so bad.
I imagine there was somebody who must have gotten here really early who thought they were going to be first, and they found you here.
That was all them.
Why go to that kind of effort for today?
I just wanted to get close enough so I could blow kisses to Jokic.
Hey, man, enjoy the day. Congrats. Have fun. That's it. Last night in New Jersey.
Making history, baby!
That's dedication.
It's a good answer.
So the Nuggets won the title, but Kyle won the dress today. That jacket, that shirt, got to give him the nod for that. That's pretty good.
That's effort. That's effort. He put in.
Want to get back out on the parade route now to see what Brianna Fernandez is finding as the fire engines continue to make their way down 17th. Brianna?
There we go. You can see the party starting here as well. I have seen champagne being dropped out of here at 17th and Market Street. The people are very excited. We have seen some of the players here just waving at people. There we go. They have been saying hi to the fans. They're very excited. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, the energy is so great out here on 17th and Market, where the parade started. Everyone's chanting, "Let's go Nuggets." Again, the fans have been waiting for so long, 47 years. The day is here, and this is all about the Denver Nuggets. So I'm going to send it back to you guys and keep talking to some of the players out here that are saying hi to the fans.
That's so great.
I think that's the best part, that when the players understand that relationship to the fans isn't even a fire truck's close, but some of them, as we saw, will get out, go shake some hands, get some high fives, share the happiness.
I think for some of us that remember in the lean years, they had all those deals when your kids were in school. You could get Nuggets tickets for like $22 and get to a game. Many folks haven't been able to get to a game for years now, but they're fully invested in this team because they've exploded in their popularity.
It's a good point. And I think a lot of the popularity is not just the fact that they're the best team in the NBA and they have all this talent, but they are a team. They're like this. There's no egos. That starts from the Joker on down, and you've seen it. Aaron Gordon here taking a lesser role because he wanted to win a championship. Bruce Brown, unfortunately, may be one and done, but again, another one of those guys.
But he's saying he wants to stay.
Yeah, he's also going to need to get shown the money. He's one of those guys.
Well, we've been watching from above. Sky 9's been giving us a look at the fire trucks and the size of this crowd. It's been an amazing view on what is a beautiful June morning, and it's especially beautiful for all these fans who've waited all these years. And you can see the view from above, that the people who've lined the parade route are getting the opportunity to see their team, their champions, as they make their way through what they would call the Canyon of Heroes here in Denver, on their way to this great big rally. It's expected to get underway in just a little bit.
And this is the image that is seen nationwide, and you hope that people soak that in. I mean, I do believe there's a lot of respect across the country for the success of our hockey teams and, of course, the Denver Broncos. But finally, they've earned it. The Nuggets have really earned it and have found their place on the map nationally.
And, Michael Malone, other guys are always looking for motivation, how to motivate these teams. Well, the national media certainly provided that.
Oh, yeah,
the fact that no one knew who they were. It was truly remarkable. Even towards the end, in Game 4, everyone was still picking the Heat to win that game. It just the lack of respect that this team was getting, and now they've earned it. It'll be interesting to see what happens next year because I mentioned they will be the team to beat for quite a while.
Yeah, you know who knew? All these tens of thousands that are here with us.
Yep.
They knew. And
they knew.
But they still had that old Nug life thing where they had to find a way
Absolutely.
to win it in spite of the history that the Nuggets have had, and they did. They overcame all of that. Ariel Arsuto has been covering the team. She's with us down from along the parade route as well. Ariel, where are you right now?
17th in California, where the parade has just finally landed to our area. Rocky just passed by. The dance crew just passed by. I've got the cheerleaders right above me right now, and it looks like the guys are about one truck behind us. As soon as they start moving, I can tell you who's behind me and where we got going on, but we look like we're at a bit of a traffic jam right now as Rocky is making sure that he's getting everybody a t-shirt in this area, and the drum line is stopping over there to give a little bit of a performance. So we're for just a moment as we got the cheerleaders up there right now. The fans are making sure that they are getting all their pictures of everyone right now. The guys are dancing on their trucks, and I think we might be moving. We're about to start moving here, so let's see who we've got coming up on these trucks up here. Dancing up there, they are grooving. We got some guys dancing. And yep, I think we're still in a bit of a traffic jam right here right now. Oh, we're moving. I'll give you some sights and sounds just a moment until we see who's on this truck. I'm gonna back up just a second.
Oh, there we go.
There we go, yeah. Remember Gabriel Landeskog with his daughter last year too. Those are the special moments that these players get to share with their family. Again, I said it's not just about the players, it's about their teammates, it's about the fans, and it's about their families as well.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about Denver traffic. I mean, this is bad. Fire engines can't even get through. This
is crazy.
This is slow. You know what? Take your time. Take your time. This is going to be one of the best days of your lives if you're a Denver Nugget player or if you've worked with this organization for a long time. Take your time. These are the best hours you may ever have. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice to see, as always.
I loved one of the stories I loved the most that you did was on Sparky.
Sparky.
Because the other day I just recently saw another interview with Nikola Jokic talking about the trophy and he didn't know where it was. He goes, I probably gave it to Sparky. Everybody knows Sparky. Sparky is on one of these trucks today.
Yeah, Sparky Gonzalez started with the team in the 70s working security, befriended Chopper Travellini, the legendary trainer of the team, and Chopper ended up taking him in. And Sparky's been with the team ever since, doing different work from equipment to PR to you name it, but he's been a fixture. And he's not just known by the Nuggets. Every visiting player who comes to Denver knows who Sparky is because he's always been there and he knows what players want, need, and how to take care of them. So for him, Lisa Johnson, who's been in the front office for so long, Bobby Simmons, who's worked security with the team forever, the former Denver police officer. You know, you think of those people that you've seen around this team from the 70s or 80s. You know, they had to be honest with themselves at some point and wonder if it was ever going to happen for them.
Well, everyone looked at the NBA, and it's like no big-name free agent wants to come to Denver. They just don't want to. You got to build it through the draft. They're never going to get a champion. Well, that all turned when in the second round, they got some guy from Serbia who turned out to be pretty good. And
it's the ones who leave. Dikembe, it's Carmelo, the ones who, end up working their way out of Denver. That flow feels like it always went one way until that draft. And then everything started to fall together. And it's amazing what they've built on the back of one 7-foot Serbian. But that's exactly what's happened here.
You talked about all the other people in the front office, everyone who's been here so long. I think what makes this championship so special is the Avalanche had been here a year and they went out and won the Stanley Cup. Denver fans got spoiled.
Yeah.
But these basketball fans have had to wait for so long. No one in the NBA has had to wait longer. 47 years. You would say the wait's worth it. It would have been nice to win it when Melo was here, when they were getting close with George Karl, etc. But it is. It just makes it so much more special, and it's exciting because you just get the feeling that this is the start of something special. As Michael Malone said right off the bat, as soon as he got that trophy, he wanted another.
I want to show you a couple of pictures that were taken back in March where the Nuggets and Avs intersect as members of the Kroenke family. They have the Mile High Dreams Gala. And I wonder what the Avalanche did last year and how that may have whet the appetite of this Nugget team. And you think, when Gabriel Landeskog last year, after he won the Cup, one of the first things he said was how they did it. And he says, we got ourselves a Cale Makar. Well, it's the same thing with Joker, that the Nuggets have Nikola Jokic. So the two of them together at this event, and it just gave you a great idea of Kroenke Sports cashing in over the course of a year with those two unique talents that were together. And, for Makar, it was last year being the MVP of the playoffs. This year it's Jokic, MVP of the playoffs, two of the great champions in Colorado history, and both so young.
And Kim, you could also see the support through Twitter, social media, etc., how one team would support the Nuggets. All kinds of teams, all kinds of players saying things about congrats, good luck, etc.
It's been so great. I live for every game to see. Is Peyton Manning there? Is he with his son? Is Russell Wilson there? Is Sean Payton there? I mean, but genuinely, it's inspirational.
We've seen a lot of Bruce Brown at Rockies games, at Avs games. I'm sure Bruce has got his cowboy hat on. I haven't been able to see enough of our coverage to see it, but I guarantee you he's got his cowboy on today.
It's special, and you talked about the guys who have been there and done that. I mean, Buddy Black, they were in a rain delay in Boston. They got to watch the Nuggets play. The Rockies team is watching the Nuggets fourth quarter, congratulating, sending out text to Michael Malone saying, congrats, good for you. In the middle of a baseball game, they're still supporting the other Denver team.
A well-timed rain delay.
Yes.
But you have talked about this, both of you, over the last few weeks. Haven't you gotten calls from friends that live in other states that go, hey, how about those Nuggets? I mean, they were so dominating in the playoffs that everyone you knew somewhere else was all of a sudden saying, what's up?
Yeah, I joked about it last night on TV. I said, instead of 52-80, let's just now call Denver 16-4 because the Avalanche, 16 wins, 4 losses on the way to the Stanley Cup last year, and then this year the Nuggets, 16 wins again against only 4 losses. They lost those 2 against the Suns, swept
the Lakers
and the T-Wolves, and then you know what? It's a good thing they didn't sweep the Heat because it made the fact that we could celebrate a championship that night here. It hadn't happened since 2001 once the Avalanche won their second Stanley Cup. All the championships they've won have been somewhere else, not here until now.
We needed that. We needed it here. I think hopefully we're going to get closer to the start.
We're going to throw it a break now. I'm hearing in my ears, so we'll be right back here on 9 News with the Nuggets Championship Parade.
Hundreds of thousands of people here for the Nuggets Parade and Championship, and only one sign is the GOAT, and it was brought by a family from Pueblo. Brandon and Veronica made him. You guys came all the way. Tell us about the sign.
We planned it this time. We did one for the Avalanche Parade last year, and we did it again. At least this time, we planned it ahead of time, you know?
You hear all these people saying, like, does Joker really love the game? Does he really love being here? Because he wants to go home to his family. When you hear him say that, what do you hear?
Get him home!
Thanks for being here. I hope you love the day.
Let Joker go home. Fantastic. Thank you, Kyle. Everyone's happy. You know, it's sometimes people take umbrage, like Kyle was asking. What do you mean go home? Don't you want to be here? And they're like, no, go, be happy. Go be the Joker.
Go. It's your family. He's talked about being with his parents and just to watch the people of Serbia getting up in the middle of the night, their dedication to watching him, and they are so proud of their native son.
And his horses.
Yes.
He wants to get to his horses.
I understand Ariel's with Bruce Brown right now. Ariel.
Finish. She got more questions for you. Yes.
Hey guys, I'm here right in the middle of the action. I just took a beer from DeAndre Jordan, but come on, let's get back with them. We got Uncle Jeff here. Hey, you had something to say though, didn't you?
We did it. This whole city of Denver, our organization, we all did it, baby. We all did it together. Everybody did it. I have a question for you. 16 champions, baby. 16 long years. 16 long years. How does it feel?
I mean, does it get any better than that? This right here is the Denver Nuggets Championship Parade, and we're at 17th in California right here, where all of the action is happening. It's all right here. I am drenched right now, and I couldn't be any happier. This is the first ever championship parade for the Denver Nuggets, and we're all living in it, right, guys? Right? Let's go! All right, I'm gonna send it back to you guys.
Hey, never dry.
Those guys dumped a beer on her, and there was a cop right there, and let it happen.
Never a good sign when KCP grabs a mic and takes off with it. He hijacked that microphone. You're like, uh-oh, what's going to happen now?
I was like, there he goes.
The shirtless NBA celebration goes back to the former Nugget, J.R. Smith. I think he was the first one who really thought it was important to celebrate at a rally like this without a shirt. So it's part of, there's a Nugget connection there.
Well, JR had a lot of messages along his body he had to kind of display to him. Not quite like the Birdman, who took that to a whole new level, but hey, we were wondering who'd go shirtless first. We thought it'd be Aaron Gordon, but apparently it's
I think it's going to be a little bit of everybody. But first of all, they're in phenomenal shape. They run up and down the court all the time, so why not run a parade route, right? I have full confidence they're going to bring all the energy we need to the stage here.
Look at those the crowds. I mean, they're 10, 15 deep all the way up and down 17th. And we are now, from our vantage point here at Civic Center Park, able to see the fire truck starting to make that turn right here towards the park and the rally. And this crowd, which has already been having a great time, is in for the treat of the afternoon, of the day, when these guys arrive here and they start to share that emotion, that feeling that they're experiencing over these last 3-4 days with all these fans who've been waiting so long for this.
And you can see the fans now. We had a lot of fans all around us here. A lot of them are now streaming back towards the Capitol so they can see the parade, see all these fire trucks go by, and then they're going to have to run back here when we have everything at the Civic Center with all the celebrations and everything. But yeah, you can see the crowd flowing back, and then they'll come back here again. It is remarkable how many hundreds of thousands of people are out here.
And they're being entertained with highlight videos that are bringing back all those memories of the great moments through the season, through the playoffs, and ultimately to a championship.
And just to know that the rally is coming up for those people that haven't been here or participated in a rally, it's just a delight because you never know who's going to get up. You never know exactly what they're going to say. But, like we saw, Coach Bednar last year, I thought was incredible, emotional. Maybe it had a cocktail.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
It's great to be along the parade route
below.
and see the fire trucks go by and see the champagne sprayed and, maybe you get lucky and have a Bruce Brown run out there and give you a high five. But this right here, the Civic Center celebration, this is really what's going to be the most special moment because that's when the guys get out there and really pour out their hearts, celebrate. It's really the best part of it. Yes.
When you think of the greatest moments, the greatest photos in Denver sports history, Joe Sakic emerging from the city and county building with that Stanley Cup over his head.
John Elway walking out. I mean, every memory locked in your mind.
And followed by those Vince Lombardi trophies and those Stanley Cups. These Nugget fans now, it's their turn.
Yep.
And they've been waiting for their turn for so long. And when that Larry O'Brien trophy comes out, I imagine in the hands of Nicola, it's going to be quite a sight.
Even last year, very reminiscent of that Joe Sakic picture was the back with all the smoke and Gabriel Landeskog with the Swedish flag draped over his back, holding up Lord Stanley. And like you said, Tom, I can't wait to see the Joker show that trophy to the Denver crowd.
I'm glad they found his trophy, too, in Sparky's closet.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to let you know, just got a note from a viewer, Doug Moe, that he and Big Jane are watching down in San Antonio. So Nuggets Nation know that the Moes, the first family, if you will, of Nuggets basketball, is enjoying the parade today in Texas. So we want to say hi and wish the best to Doug and Jane and all the Moes and thank them for all they did for this franchise to help build what is coming to a culmination here for so many today.
There's a reason that Doug Moe's name is hanging in the rafters of the Ball Arena.
Well, and when we saw Dan Issel this past week, it was so great to see him. I mean, he's still floating.
We have Christian Brown now, I understand. So let's go listen in on him, the rookie.
All right, guys, we just saw Christian Brown, a whole group of fans here. We're near the corner of Colfax Island as we waited for this parade to come through here. Now they are ready. They have seen a few players. Beers are already flying. People are trying to get beers to people on the fire trucks. That's not going well, as you'd imagine. So we're watching. Woo, I just got sprayed. It's like they're aiming for us. This is just pure excitement. These fans here, we were talking to them beforehand. They said, we have waited so long for this that they didn't mind standing here on the side of the road for hours to wait for this parade to make its way through. This is the moment they've all waited for as the fire trucks make their way down down Broadway toward Colfax, toward the city and county building, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Now you at home have a better view of what's going on the screen than we do. But if I saw what I think I saw, it was a shirtless Christian Brown with a championship belt pounding a beer. He's barely been in Denver. And you think of the guys who had fans forever. Christian Brown has become a fan favorite in a matter of months.
Life is good for Christian Brown.
He's 22.
And he plays so hard. I mean, that's the thing. He provides that spark. When the Nuggets are down, Michael Malone goes to the bench and he goes to the rookie. A rookie getting that much playing time on a team this talented, he's special.
Yeah.
Well, this is a great view. You're seeing the city and county building at the top where everyone's headed. The bottom is those fire trucks finishing their route through. And all of these trucks carrying all of these talented players and people who helped build this franchise into a championship franchise. And all those people who can't wait to see him and hear him speak. Many now flowing in off the parade route to join us here at Civic Center Park.
Yeah, you can see the crowd just gathering up there. Everybody excited when they see the fire truck coming their way. Do you think you put in dibs if you're the firefighter to do this? I would. If I'm a firefighter, I'm putting in dibs to drive the truck that day.
You know, it's funny. I keep watching the crowd go by, and some of our shots have different parts of the crowd. And I see all of these different Nugget jerseys from different eras. And I break them down. There are many jerseys, but I break them down into 4 eras. The David Thompson Maxi Minor, the Alex English Rainbow Skyline, the Carmelo Anthony blue and the pale blue and gold, and now, of course, the Mile High City Nikola Jokic. All great teams, all great players, but I always lean towards the DT Maxi Minor jersey as my favorite.
It's funny you talk about all those guys, and you think about each era had low points and high points, but no team has gotten this high.
I know. I was a little confused at times about the color because they wear different shades of blue, so we never know exactly how to dress. Like, we know the yellow, and then they have the maroon.
The maroon threw me off.
All right, I'm not sure where we're headed, but let's go there.
We're going somewhere to someone.
We are back at Civic Center Park, where today Colorado celebrates as the Denver Nuggets, the 2022-23 NBA champions, gather in front of thousands and thousands of fans who've waited decades and decades for a day like this, Kim. This is a very special day. Beautiful weather. The vibes are great. This is something everyone's been looking forward to for a long time.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to follow a winner. And everybody loved watching this team because they've gone through a lot of losses, a lot of heartache, a lot of injuries. And I think that really reminds us all why it's worth keep pushing. And they gave us so many great memories in the last couple of months alone that you just had a feeling. You didn't want to jinx anything, but you kept thinking, they could do it. They're going to do it. It's like, Rod, we always tell you, don't open your mouth. Don't jinx it. But literally a few months ago, we started saying there could be a parade.
And what those guys talked about is this could have happened for a couple years in a row had MPJ and Jamal not gotten injured. You saw how hard Jamal battled back to get to the point he is. And again, much like the 47-year wait, Jamal having to go through something like that makes this NBA championship that much more special to him.
Yeah, good lessons about why you keep persevering.
Well, we've been watching the fire trucks make their way. The parade part of the show is going to near its close soon, and then everyone will be gathered here at Civic Center Park, as you can see in the shadow of the City and County building. And Ariel Orsuto has been down on the parade route. Let's check in with Ariel.
Hey there, Tom. You know, I'm starting to dry off a little bit from the champagne showers I received from some of the guys walking the parade route. At the moment, though, a little bit of a lull as we have a little bit of a break in some of the fire trucks. We just saw a big grouping of them going by. A few more are right behind me right now. Finally, a little bit of quiet. A lot of the fans next to me were throwing their hats, throwing their shoes, throwing their balls, trying to get them signed by a few of the players. A lot of them did get some of their lucky merchandise signed, so a really cool moment for them. We're still waiting to see some of the heavy hitters. We still haven't seen Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. We still haven't seen Michael Malone. We still haven't seen the Larry O'Brien trophy. All of those things still waiting to come down the parade route, hopefully in this next grouping of fire trucks behind me. But in the meantime, I'm going to send it back to you guys, and as soon as we do see some of those heavy hitters, we'll come back here and I'll make sure I get it for you.
Yeah,
Ariel.
It's interesting because you think about it, when you go to a concert, you know that Bruce is going to play Born to Run at some point, but you got to wait for it. And if you go to a parade for the Nuggets, you know Nikola's coming, but you got to wait for it.
You got to wait. You got to wait. But, I mean, he might be hard to miss. How tall is he again? 7 feet?
There's 7 feet of that Serbian there. But his wife and daughter have become almost as big a star in the minds of many. I mean, the way
100%.
They just. You know.
And, you know, we were talking in the newsroom as of late, a lot of new moms in our newsroom about that little girl is a rock star, and she's also fully present in every single moment. You see her smiling and laughing and tapping on the Larry O'Brien trophy. At what time was it? Midnight or something, coming up on midnight the other night? Her little leather jacket that says Tata, that means Dada. I mean, she's just, you know that she won't necessarily remember, but she's going to have these images replaying for her for the rest of her life.
Well, she'll be remembered. I mean, Nugget fans are going to remember her forever. She's symbolic of this championship in many ways, the start of a new era of Nugget basketball.
And it's so nice after the games how Nikola points at his hand for her, which finally the nation figured out what he was doing, because there were people that were saying, look at how pompous this Nikola guy is. He's pointing that he's going to get his championship ring. No, that's not what it was. All right, we got another shot. It looks like we got Marshall there.
Marshall, how's it going?
Hi. Oh, it's going great. You know, just here for the parade. I don't understand why everyone's so jazzed about this being the first Denver Nuggets NBA championship period and parade. I mean, I get it's the first parade, but it's not their first championship, because I'm taking into account all the championships the Denver Nuggets won on my Nerf basketball hoop on my bedroom door when I was a kid. So it may be a really bad decision, but we brought it out to come to the parade and get people's memories of playing basketball on their bedroom hoops, which was the only championship for quite some time. Trying to get perhaps some players, and I'm recruiting some fans here. Xavier, Jackson, and Leo from Douglas County. We've tried a few times now to get a player to play on our Nerf basketball hoop. Jackson, what has happened when we've tried that?
They're just not looking our way, really. They just keep on going. They're just not looking.
So Leo, we first tried Bruce Brown. Who else walked by?
Michael Porter Jr. was right here. He walked right.
He gave you a high five on the ball, but you thought you were going to get Michael Porter Jr., and then you changed your strategy. What's the new strategy?
We're going to try and throw the ball up to one of the players on, like, a fire truck.
And the caliber of player, what caliber of player were you trying to get?
We tried harder. We just need them to look at us so we can throw the ball to them. Any player. Right
Xavier, what do you think? Friends here, do they have the right scheme?
I guess. I just think they gotta keep faith and just keep working hard. I don't know.
Leo here with the Canadians from Toronto.
Well, we'll see what happens with Marshall's plan. I wonder if Marshall, when he was playing on his bedroom door, if he was Kiki or Alex.
That's what I wanted to know.
I wonder if he had a parade after he won those championships. Did he kind of walk around the house, maybe get a little fire truck?
Could have happened.
Yeah.
Well, he's a Colorado guy, and that is, he speaks to that so many people have grown up here and followed this team and known those stars of the past. Oh, they just cranked up the music really loud.
It's kind of cool.
I think we got Scotty Gange now. Let's send it out to Scotty.
The people hanging out their windows. Hi guys, man, this is so fun. I mean, look at all these happy fans. Hey everybody, say hey to the people of Colorado. Hey! You look so happy to be here. That's right, you're on TV. How are you feeling right now today? Wonderful moment, the Nuggets are world champions. I'll talk to you. I mean, are you having the best day ever? You know what? In a city full of champions, we still got some nervous people. Who wants to say hi to Colorado? You're going to be my friend here. I had a kid say this was the best day of his life. How are you feeling right now?
This is crazy. It's the greatest of our city.
Some mayhem there with Scotty, as you might expect. Scotty usually brings the mayhem, so that's what happens along the parade route. So we're trying to sort out exactly what the lull was and who's still coming. We know the big truck is still coming.
We got
Ariela's back. She was telling us about the lull before.
Yeah, guys, there is no more lull anymore because I am riding right alongside the MVP and Jamal Murray. Everyone is right here now. He is the people's champ right here. He is hanging outside of the fire truck right behind Murray. We're going to move alongside here because you're going to see Jamal Murray right here and Jokic is on the other side of the truck. He's trying to catch everything. We can't go any further than this. This is our cutoff. But you see them kind of going alongside there. I know Scotty Gange is on the other side of here. So if you're trying to get a different look at this fire truck with all of the heavy hitters, we could probably catch you on the other side with Scotty Gange. But I'm going to send it back to you guys.
We'll see if Scotty can get that shot. You know, it's interesting because you watch the truck go under the stoplights. Jokic probably has to duck.
He does. I noticed that they're not really doing the champagne, but they got the cigar.
Yeah, which means we might be able to have clear speeches for the celebration behind us here under the banner.
Promises.
You know, we talk about Christian Brown. I guess when those guys go through, that's like the warm-up act at the concert. Now we got the main act coming. We got the main show.
But it's funny, the other players who've really made inroads with these fans. You look out here, you see Aaron Gordon jerseys. You know, Michael Porter Jr. right here. You know, these players have become fan favorites as well.
We have Jacob now. He's on the route. There he is.
Hey guys, so I've been on the rookie fire truck all day long, and it's been one of the greatest experiences of our lives. The rookie fire truck has been amazing to be on. Christian Brown, Peyton Watson have been the absolute stars of this thing. The shirts came off very early. These guys have disembarked the fire truck twice, and it looks like Christian Brown's trying to do it for a third time. He actually cut his hand on something because he's going that wild. He's bleeding from the hand. He's about to jump down right now. Try to see if Johnny can get a shot of it. And here he is. Christian Brown, the Nuggets rookie, the first-round draft pick out of Kansas, back-to-back champions in the NCAA and the NBA. Only the fifth player to ever accomplish that feat in back-to-back years. And he has been the absolute star of this parade, at least from where I've been. His shirt came off early. He disembarked. Peyton Watson's now out there as well. The two rookies have had such a fun time out here interacting with the fans. Jack White and Colin Gillespie with us as well on this float, the other two Nuggets rookies. So the energy has been high. I think they really shifted it when they went into the crowd. And CB has just taken it all in. He's taken it all in. The crowd has loved it. Everyone's been chanting CB, CB, and he was so instrumental in the Nuggets run this year. So instrumental. And drinks are flying. Try not to get hit. We fell a couple times up atop the float, so we're almost at the end of the parade here. This was amazing. The rookies made it a wonderful experience, so I'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, you said he's taking it all in. He's taking a lot of it off, too.
Yeah, he is.
But if you're going to cut your hand, it's nice to have first responders right nearby.
That's always good. You know, he was so fun to watch in the playoffs because when he was having a good game and making those shots, he would smile, that big smile. That's why I love seeing Jamal Murray after the game on Monday, because he's so serious and fierce. And when I got to see that beautiful smile, I was so excited.
And you saw Jamal just flash it on top of that fire truck, too. I thought that Jacob made a great point. It's not just that the fans are having such a good time. These players are having an absolute ball out here this afternoon.
I was thinking Christian Brown, probably the most popular Jayhawk in these parts since Aqib Talib and Chris Harris Jr., maybe? Trying to think of the last Jayhawks that people here really took to.
A former Nugget.
Rafe LaFrance?
No, I wouldn't put Rafe there. That's not who I'm thinking. It'll come to me in a second. There was another former, Mark.
Oh, Mark Randall from Cherry Creek High School.
Mark Randall.
That was a way back, though.
Yeah, I'm an old man. I think way back to that type of stuff.
You got up really early, you know. We did get up early. I love watching Christian Brown and jumping off the fire truck. I mean, I know they can jump, but that makes me nervous.
Also made me nervous when he said he cut his hand. We keep talking about winning another one next year. Stay healthy, guys. I know you got the whole offseason, but stay healthy.
Well, we saw Ariel saw the big truck go by, if you will, with Jokic and Murray and the trophies come rolling through. And now we're starting to see them right under the state capitol as well. That big truck that's leading the way with so much
and
on
usually,
board.
they go through that back area, gather inside the city and county building, and then we bring out some of the announcers and they start a program, if you will.
The program will get underway, and I don't know if everyone will talk. It seemed like the Avs let everyone talk.
Some maybe they shouldn't have.
That's okay.
That makes it better TV. All right, I think we're throwing it out to someone.
Center Park today, the celebration of the champion Nuggets, the 2022-23 NBA champions. Tom Green with Rod Mackey and Kim Christensen. Normally we're in the studio, but where else would you rather be today than right here,
Can't
right
think
now?
of anywhere else. I literally wish I could dance. I'm watching this crowd, and they are dancing.
Hey, Tom and I won't stop you, Kim.
No.
Go for it.
I would need a lot to do this, but this is
well,
a
if you
very
jumped on one of those
young,
fire trucks,
fun
that might motivate
crowd.
you a little bit.
A good time. It's the joyfulness of it all that it just, everybody will remember June 15th, 2023, where were you? Here.
And how lucky are we, is this city, is this state, that we've gotten to do this twice now in 1 year.
Less than, because it was June 30th of last year, so 50 weeks later, here we are again. Once again, Kathy Sabin has gotten us some decent weather. We talk about storms in the neighborhood, and yet it's holding up perfectly for us. It's
As
not
Kim
hot.
says, don't jinx it. Tom, don't jinx it.
We're not jinxing anything.
Getting close.
Just to feel the love and the excitement and how everyone is just saying, hey, you know what? I'm doing this on a Thursday morning. I'm going to take it in and celebrate it. Because, the games are so amazing, and then they end, and unless you're with your immediate family, I think everybody remembers if you're with your family watching it, where you were and how you felt and how you reacted. But to do this is the next level. It's like now we're just celebrating the moment.
And it's not just the fans and us, it's other teams. We talked to these guys during the offseason, and the Nuggets admitted they were motivated by what the Avalanche did. So now the Denver Broncos had their last day of minicamp today. Could they be the next team to win a title?
Right there, under the state capitol, there goes the big rig.
Yeah, they are.
With Nicola, Jamal, Larry O'Brien, and Bill Russell all on board. Quite a crowd. Now, I haven't been able to see our monitors very well, but I haven't seen Coach Malone yet. And he might be on with those guys, but we have so many crews out in the field, they've probably spotted Coach Malone because he's another guy, an NBA lifer. He's probably got 47 years invested in a championship as well. His dad did win 2 as an assistant with the Detroit Pistons under Chuck Daly. But this concept of Michael Malone putting all he put into this team these 8 years, the lows that come with the highs, and finally you get the summit. You get to that championship level. And one of the most interesting guys in Denver sports to cover, Rod, too. He's a guy who listens to questions and gives you real answers.
Well, we sit on set all the time just to take you behind the scenes a little bit. There are some players, some coaches that are great to listen to, and others, well, maybe a little cliche, don't give you quite as much. There is no one, player or coach in this state on any team, that's better than Michael Malone. He will tell the truth. He will elaborate on it. He's funny. He will take you behind the curtain, so to speak.
Yes.
And he'll straighten you out, too, if you need straightening out.
He really will. He's straightened out the ESPN guys a couple times. Remember, he took a couple jabs at those guys. And it's funny. This team does have a ton of talent. But just like with Phil Jackson, with the Chicago Bulls or the LA Lakers, you need that guy that blends everyone, and Michael Malone has been that guy.
I've always been a huge fan, and I loved how he talked about his parents after the win, and of course his wife and his 2 daughters. But when you talk about his authenticity, he is incredible when he talks about how he feels in the moment, what he said to his teams. But let's remember, there was a while there where people were wondering, are they going to keep him?
Yeah, because you don't win every year. You don't win it all every year. You're always on the clock. And this year we saw coaches who had won it all get fired a year or 2 years after a championship. And he knows, he recognizes it's a tough business. But I think one of the most interesting parts of it is he had to go through COVID, which, not just the bubble, but your whole team. How do you coach a team when we're trying to sort out COVID? And Michael Malone seemed to have a handle on it, and his players did too. And I always think that relationship and that direction that he provided, sometimes you can have all the great direction in the world, and if your players don't buy in, it's just not going to work. Obviously, he has buy-in. He stuck with Jamal Murray after the injury. Jokic and he have always been on the same page, always felt the same about how hard you have to work and the goals that you want to achieve. It was never about, getting to the playoffs. It was never about getting to the NBA Finals. And they were out loud about it. The idea was to win a championship, and everyone seemed to be on board with it, putting in the time, effort, work, and have that attitude about it. But it came from the top down, and whether you want to say management, but I think it starts with that coach who's always in the locker room, that voice that has your back, but will also challenge you, push you, and then you still got to get to the X's and O's.
And you talk about guys he's stuck with. How about MPJ in the finals? Yeah. Everyone's saying you've got to bench this guy. how are you sitting him? Well, he came up huge in that decisive game number 5. I think it's also special the fact that the Joker is with them for 7 years. Jamal was with them for 6 years. They obviously have a special relationship. And if you want to know how competitive Michael Malone is, you listen to his players. You listen to how they say how competitive he gets doing anything from tennis to pickleball. Remember, he had the scar on his head from playing pickleball. He's all in all the time.
After game 2, a lot of people were taken aback when he challenged his players in the post-game press conference. And I think what they missed out on, again, this is a lot of national media, new people to the Michael Malone process, if you will. Everyone who covers the team knew that Michael Malone didn't come out there and say those things just to the media. He'd already said that to the team. They knew exactly what he felt, and he just expressed it publicly. A lot of coaches, like you say, will give you a soundbite instead. He told you what he felt and how he wanted it fixed for game 3.
And he's got a young team. I mean, that's what we've certainly watched with the Broncos in recent years, is that connection with your players and understanding how important it is. It doesn't matter what age you are. But, Fangio struggled at times, but hey, things didn't work out with Hackett either. Malone just gets them, and they're young, and he wants more from them next year and the year after.
He knows what buttons to push, and you talk about that team, the starting 5, they're coming back. They have, I believe, 8 free agents that have been pieces to the puzzle, but you got your core group coming back for a while. You got the main 5 coming back. As we talked about earlier, Bruce Brown likely, the most likely at least, of the key players that leaves. But again, Bruce comes off the bench. Obviously, he had a couple of huge games, 21 in one game, 11 in the last game. He's been great. But to keep this core together that has worked so well with the coach, it really does get you excited about how this could just be the start.
Well, they also now have a magnet thing going where if a free agent is considering where he wants to go play, well, you can come here and get paid fine. But when you compare it used to be, no, I want to go be a Laker or I want to go play for X, Y, or Z. Well, now you know if you come here, you're in line. You got a chance to win a ring. You're in the right place at the right time. But beautiful pictures from Sky 9 right up above the City and County building and all the crowd. Jacob is out on the course. We were just talking about Coach Malone. Jacob, I think you just saw him go by.
Yeah, I think the coaches, just got off here or are about to get off. I also see a truck with Calvin Booth, the Nuggets general manager, who kind of put this thing together this season as well. And some more players are coming through. DeAndre Jordan is showing up right here as well on a float with him and his family. So a couple other players are making their way through. But, yeah, I got off the float with the rookies, Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, P. Watt. I mean, they were loving this parade, and it was awesome to see. They got off the float like 3 times and were high-fiving fans, were drinking with the fans. I mean, it was an awesome scene to see. I think they really changed the mood of this parade. So it's great to see the young guys enjoy this, and it's great to see the veterans enjoy this. Again, DeAndre Jordan is just up here, 15 years in the NBA, and won a first championship. And he's been through a lot in his career, a lot of teams, so it's great to see him and his family on this float as well, guys. So I'll send it back to you.
This is going to be a very special day for these players all together here in the City and County building and on that stage, because after here, they scatter. After here, summer vacation starts, and you don't know how many are coming back. So for them and their coaches and their general manager and their staff, this is it. This is what you might, refer to as that last get-together before summer break. There you saw Rock.
Rocky's on the stage.
Rocky's photobomb.
Rocky's his own show.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, the emotions that gets built up as they get together behind the stage for a minute. Here you see Rocky. He's ready to go. But
I thought he was going to talk. I thought we were going to finally hear from Rocky.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, an exclusive. I want to go back to something Jacob said. He mentioned Calvin Booth. Hey, let's give a shout-out to Calvin Booth and Tim Conley, 2 key architects
together,
to building this NBA championship team.
Well, Tim Connolly has been getting a lot of credit. Arturas Karnisovas, also the other, architect of this team in many ways. And then you think of the players who've come and gone, and we saw so many of them over the last few days of the finals. Monte Morris, who took time out to go say, and you could see the emotion from Joker when he saw Monte after they won Game 3. I guess they'll always be teammates in some regard. And, there are a lot of people who aren't with this team now who are part of this team and feel a part of this team, maybe wish they were here, but also just thrilled that they were helped a piece of the building blocks, if you will, for a championship team here finally in Denver.
And as we were talking about the other night with the Cronkies, I mean, obviously they've had success, lots of success, not only in Colorado, but outside of Colorado. But for Josh Kroenke, I mean, basketball is so important.
Jacob has Ish Smith. Jacob.
All right, hold on. Yeah, hey, Rod, here with 13-year NBA vet Ish Smith. Man, how fun was that parade?
Yeah, that was fun. I hope the fans enjoyed it because it was for them. 47 years for a championship. That's why me, DJ, and Jeff, Bruce, and PJ got off the float and wanted to enjoy it with them. 20,000 deep every night. It didn't matter who we were playing. The best team, the worst team, they came out and support. Man, the fans have been great all year. So I'm happy for them more than anything, and I hope they enjoyed it.
How special is it to spend it with a little one?
Oh, man, my baby girl, she's not going to know it, but she's going to see some films back in the days and see it. My mom had her in the truck. I was worried to put her on the top of the truck, but again, like, she's going to not even know what the heck happened. But for the fans, more than anything, like I said, the people have endured 47 years. I'm happy for them more than anything.
You had to wait 13 years to get this thing done. I just got off the rookie float. That thing was bananas. They were going in the crowd, like you said, as well. So it ranges from rookies to vets that win this whole championship, right?
Well, what we did was, more than anything, when people don't understand, when it comes to a team or family, and I know that sounds cliche, you got to give up on yourself. And I think every person did, whether it was me or DJ, Jeff, we've been in the league 13, 15, and 16 years. We used to plan, and so for us, we was like, what do we need to do? Whether it was scout team, whether it was talking to guys, encouraging guys like DJ did, whether it was Jeff coming in for 4 or 5 minutes playing big minutes, whether it was Christian Brown coming in playing big minutes, whether it was P. Watt coming in, working out every day, knowing that his time is coming. Every guy played their time on top of the guys, the 7 to 8 guys rotation that played big minutes. So you got to play your role and play and do what you got to do, and I think every guy did that. And that's what you're supposed to do when you get a team, and that's why we got a championship.
Final one for you. What was your favorite part about that drive from Ball Arena to downtown?
Getting out the float, me, DJ, and Jeff, like I said, Bruce and MPJ, and just enjoying it with the fans. They've come out every night, 20,000 deep, and they've supported us. So we wanted to get off on the float and support it with them, enjoy it with them. People don't understand. They come out and spend their hard-earned money. And so for us to come out there and enjoy it with them, that's what it's all about.
Ish Smith, you're an NBA champion. Congrats.
Oh, man, you are too. Appreciate you, man.
Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Jacob, thank you. You think of Ish Smith, didn't see a lot of the floor during the playoffs, but here's a guy who's played for 14 teams, an NBA record, and here's his chance. And the guys who didn't play a lot, DeAndre Jordan only saw a few minutes, and finally in the early part of Game 5. Jeff Green played quite a bit, but those veterans meant so much to this team. The construct in that locker room, and it's not just the locker room at game time. It's what do you like on the plane, on the bus, practice.
Yes.
How hard do you practice and play?
It's that chemistry. And again, they may not have played in the playoffs, but they played to help them get to the playoffs, to be that #1 seed, to have that home court advantage. Everyone played a part in this.
And I think he has a future reporter in his hands. Just saying.
Just like Dad, she's trying
give
to
me the
grab
mic. Oh, there we look. There we got Christian Brown. They're backstage.
Rocky,
They're ready to
coming
go.
Back.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at.
Oh, he can't wait.
He's soaking it in, like stepping in the
Christian
sun.
Brown. Oh, my goodness.
Christian Brown can't wait to get out there. He can't wait to share it. And he's the one who knows all about championships, but this will be the biggest show
This can't
post-championship.
compare, right?
Yeah,
no way. Oh, my goodness.
When they look from that view and see the crowd behind, it's got to be so impressive to them.
That's got to be an all-time high. You feel like a true rock star in that moment, like you just got called out on stage.
Yeah, nobody's going to get out there until they're all together, until they get everyone back there and get ready to go. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back to Civic Center Park to celebrate the NBA champion Denver Nuggets right here on 9 News. We are back at Civic Center Park as we get ready to celebrate yet another championship here in Denver. There you see the Larry O'Brien Trophy, also the Bill Russell Trophy, which belongs to Nikola Jokic now. He and Jamal Murray riding that truck as they make their way to the back of the Civic City and County building. And then the Nuggets, as a team, will be celebrated in front of this huge crowd that is gathered here on this beautiful June day.
They're just now making the announcements, prepping everybody because the rally's really close to starting. We know the rookie fire truck has arrived. Christian Brown made his entrance. We've realized shirts are optional throughout this whole process.
Not everyone's behind the barrier anymore.
No. They're running right on up.
The truck has had to slow down, as you can see, because there are Nugget fans everywhere.
Well, that is a very special rescue bin at the top of the hook and ladder there, if you will, of the fire truck. And you can see the stars that the Nugget fans have been rooting on for years now, who got to play their best in their biggest games over these past 2 months of the playoffs.
Hey everyone, we're having a little bit of a technical problem, which is amazing because after talking about how loud the entire parade is, we're having audio issues. We can't hear Tom and Kim and Rod out there. We're going to try to figure that out, but we want to give you a live look over the parade that started about an hour and a half ago. My goodness, you guys, the crowds that are out there right now. We are talking thousands and thousands of people who are just having the time of their lives. We've been watching the Nuggets players come through with their kids, with each other, just having the time of their lives as they're being celebrated for this historic win. This is something that we have waited decades to be able to celebrate as a state together, and it is happening right now. We've watched them leave Union Station, kind of making their way through Denver towards Civic Center Park throughout the morning. You know, we've been hearing from some people who camped out all night to be the first person in the first row to have the absolute best view of the Nuggets players going by. The guy was saying that he just wanted to blow Jokic some kisses, give him a thank you for everything he's done for our beautiful city and for the Nuggets. You know, people from Chicago and Pueblo just driving in. We saw crowds starting to gather at Civic Center Park. I think it was at 4:30 in the morning that they just wanted to make sure that they had the right spot to be able to enjoy this at the best. So, you know, it has been an incredible, we've got crews all throughout the parade route right now giving us a look at not only from the fans, some people who are international fans started watching the Nuggets while they were living in Mexico before even moving to Denver, already fans and being able to celebrate this historic win. You're taking a look at one of the fire trucks that the players are on, making their way through the city right now. Again, thousands and thousands of people feeling super lucky this morning, actually, because we've had back-to-back years of this kind of parade and this kind of celebration that we get to have together as a community, and it's been incredible to watch. We, of course, saw the Joker out with his wife and his daughter. Still as adorable as it was the night that they won. She is just the cutest little girl, was on her dad's shoulders, kind of looking out at the crowd. We've seen other players with their family as well. Just an incredible day. And just to hear from the fans and how much this, you know, means for them. This is just as much for Nuggets Nation today as well, right? You know, this is a community that has loved this team from a time when even, you know, not everyone believed in the Nuggets or gave them the attention they deserved. One of the best places to go check out what's happening is with Scotty right now in downtown. Scotty, what are you seeing?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's the coaches. We got the Bowen family right here. Say hey, we're live. Coach Malone is up there. Man, this is cool. The leaders of this squad. Come on, baby. It's so fun here. I mean, this crowd is going bananas, as they should. Look at Mike Malone having the time of his life. This is so cool. The leader of this team who has just absolutely willed his squad, led his squad. Look at him. Screaming in joy. Oh, just so spectacular. The energy, the joy, and they deserve it just absolutely so much. The first championship in 47 years in the NBA for the Nuggets. And there's the big guys, the leaders of men, celebrating today as they rightfully should, you guys.
Well, we were looking for Michael Malone. Scotty finally found him, so that was nice.
Nice to see the head coach, and everything is coming to a head now, if you will, as people continue to make their way.
We're seeing everybody in the crowd. We're talking.
A lot of people came in off the parade route now.
Yeah, they are.
To pack it in here at Civic Center Park and get ready for
it is something special. I mean, you look at it is packed in there tight.
You know how to get room around in a crowd like this? Jokic brothers.
That's exactly it.
Travel with it.
Let's jump over and
get a couple of Jokic brothers, and you'll get plenty of space out here today.
Oh my goodness! I know. I want to see them. You got to know they're here. They're on that truck. I don't know how I missed them.
When we can't see our monitors well, so maybe we've been seeing the Jokic brothers. But if not, I'm sure they're present somewhere today. Looking forward to their appearance. And again, there's the big truck making its way, continuing to try to get to the city and county building. But they had a little trouble there with the crowd starting to close in on them a little bit. Everyone wants to get so close to Nikola and all of the trophies that are riding with him on the fire truck.
I understand we have Alex out on amongst the madness. Okay, we're not going to her yet. This is what happens. You got a lot of technical issues when there's this many people and this many electronics.
And we don't even know where everybody is, let's be honest. We're like, who's where? Well, I'm not so sure. When we talk so much about the brothers, his connection to his family, his devotion to his family is something I think that touched a nerve with so many people. His devotion to his wife, wearing his wedding ring on his shoe. And, she's an athlete in her own respect as a volleyball player that played at Seminole State.
And one of the reasons that Nikola Jokic was so comfortable and wanted to come to the United States was because she was already here.
Yeah.
And he felt that he wanted to be here too. And then, of course, they ended up marrying, and now they've got their little daughter and all their trophies.
That young daughter's got some pretty good genes. Watch for her to do something special. It's like when Andre Agassi, Steffi Graf get together. You got mom and dad that are big shots. You'll see what happens. Now we have Alex. Now we have Alex. Let's go to Alex.
Hey guys, we are here at Broadway and 13th with the most patient of fans because this is literally the last moment. They're excited. They've been waiting for this for a while. We have about 50 yards ahead of us before the big truck comes by that they've been waiting for. The most anticipated float of all, which is going to have your Larry O'Brien trophy. It's going to have Jamal Murray. It's going to have Jokic and his family, and everybody's so excited. What you just missed, I'm literally drying out. There were no showers in the sky today, but we were just showered with champagne by Coach Malone as he was going by. He's clearly in a good mood. He is lit and getting the crowd a little drenched. It's the good stuff, though, and we've got some sun, so it'll dry off. What is approaching us right now is really the moment a lot of these fans have been waiting for. We talk to fans day in and day out. Who are your favorite people that you're waiting to see? And, well, they said what I was just about to say. MVP Nikola Jokic is about to address the crowd, and everybody can't wait. You've been waiting. How long have you been here?
A couple hours.
A couple of hours. Who are you most excited to see?
Jokic, for sure.
Jokic, well, he's coming right now. I think that's him. He stands out a mile away, about 7-footer up there. Lots of Nugget energy and spirit. Look, the trophy is gleaming as it is coming toward us. I think one of the coolest parts about the Larry O'Brien is that unlike the Stanley Cup that goes to whoever won it, which is now in Vegas, this is ours to keep. Tiffany & Co. makes one every single year, and so this will forever belong to this championship team, the first time in 47 years. It is ours. It belongs to Denver. The fans earned it just as much as the guys on the court, and this is their moment, that victory lap. And there are stars right there. You see Jamal Murray hanging off the side of the edge, signing T-shirts that fans are throwing up to them. Nikola stoic, as always, giving a little clap, and you see the baby girl right up front. She's probably the person I'm most excited to see because she's always like unfazed by it all, right? Just soaking it in, all of the cheers. MVP. 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 This is pure elation from the crowd right now. Tossing out hats, they've got the champagne. Kroenke right up front. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but the entire crowd is starting to follow the truck. We're going to pass it back to you guys, but we just witnessed a moment of history for all of these fans right now, and they were part of it. Guys, back to you.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like they have enough champagne for the rest of the ride. At least what I could see. It looked like they should be okay for the next 2 blocks as they try to get all the way back.
Good.
You think of that chant, MVP, and then you think of MPJ, and sometimes we forget about KCP.
Yeah.
And he made so many big plays in so many big games, including really the closeout plays of Game 5, and the perfect additions this year that were made before the season. The Bruce Brown and KCP acquisitions, the drafting of Christian Brown, absolute perfect fits for this team, and they fit perfectly right on through getting handed that trophy.
And what makes KCP unique compared to everyone else in that Nuggets locker room is he's the only guy who's gone through this. Been there, done that. The one guy with the Lakers who's won an NBA championship before. And as Tom mentioned, the biggest play of the finals is he gets a steal at the end to pretty much seal the deal.
Yeah, and there's so much talk about this is like, are the Nuggets ready for this? Is this too big of a moment for them because they're a young team? They haven't been through something like that.
They hadn't done it, yeah.
And then you have these veterans that help guide them and people that can help be kind of that coach, if you will, in how to experience this. Look at this crowd. I just can't get enough of it. There's not as much champagne in this crowd, but it feels a little bit like 420.
A little bit?
Rod is struggling.
Yeah, when we say we're high above everyone, we are.
Yeah, we are.
There is an aroma that is prevalent. You talk about those additions that were made, and then it became a matter of, through the course of the season, the evolution of the lineup. And Christian Brown, like you were talking about earlier, wasn't in the lineup for quite a while. He would go in, he'd get some minutes, he might sit for a game or two. And then when we got to the playoffs, it seemed like he had one game that earned him some time on the bench, but otherwise, Michael Malone trusted Christian Brown, and Christian Brown made that pay off.
And it was interesting that he did bench him after a bad game. Michael was not afraid to make a move. I mean, again, we're going to go back to the MPJ thing. He, in that one, chose not to make the move. He knows this team better than anyone else. So as much as people would say, why don't you do this? Why are you doing this? He knows this team. And obviously the proof is in the fact that we're out here today celebrating the championship.
The other, acquisition that was made a while back when we thought Jamal Murray was going to be part of the equation, the Aaron Gordon acquisition, was a risky trade. They traded away some fan favorites. People like Gary Harris, but Aaron Gordon not only came in and played, he came in and played a different role. And by the time this year's playoffs rolled around, Aaron Gordon was not embracing the role. He became the master of the role. He was the best in the business doing what he did. He would guard the best player on the other team. He would grab you rebounds. He would go to the rim hard. He was a complete player. And our cameraman here, Manny Satella, would also mention he's an Arizona Wildcat.
Yeah.
We shouldn't hold that against him, though, Manny.
No, but AG, you look at it, that's also, you watch him play on the court and you go, I get it. He's perfect for this team. But then you watch him with his teammates and the way he handles himself, and you go, oh, he's perfect for this team. He doesn't need to be fed. He doesn't need ego stroking, or he doesn't need the ball. He doesn't need to be told how good he is. He was just fantastic at every aspect of what was asked of him and embracing it. There you see some of the familiar faces making their way out towards the front now.
We're getting so close.
The head coach is still out there talking to some of the fans, and I think he'll have an important message for his team today.
I saw him just take a deep breath like he's going to think it through.
It just seems like he's just, he was the guy that wouldn't celebrate. It was always, we haven't done a damn thing yet.
Yes.
He kept saying it over and over. Well, now they have done a damn thing. They've done a pretty impressive thing. And Tom, you talked about KCP and Aaron Gordon. Christian Brown. It was funny how you always had Nikola, always played well, always had a big game. Jamal, almost always. But then there were those guys that would have a big game. The 21 from Bruce Brown, Christian Brown stepping up. Aaron Gordon with the huge game, with the game high 27 in the one. They always had someone special step up. There goes the head coach.
Walking across the ladder, right? I hope that they all, like they do this. They stop and take their own photos and whatever. But I really hope that they just soak in this day, too, because it's a lot on them to have to speak and everything else, but it's like you got to just put that and hold it somewhere special.
It reminds me a little bit about someone getting married. It's your day, but do you really have a good day? You're so busy if you're the bride or the groom. You're so busy making sure it's all going right. And then the day's over, and it was your day, and you might have missed it.
And you're like, did I miss it? Yeah, let's hope they didn't.
The Avalanche definitely didn't miss it. The Avalanche enjoyed their day.
I know, but I think the next day might have not felt great. But
well, the Avalanche party for like 3 straight months. It was.
Yeah, they did.
Let's see how the Nuggets can do.
Well, you talked about this the other day too. Is this does have an impact? You win, which is of course the ultimate goal, but your season is shortened. Your off season. Significantly.
Well, for many teams, their season ended more than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And they started their off-season and their next season planning, and the players started vacation. This team went to work, and they never stopped going to work. This is a team that always brought its lunch bucket, always worked hard, and when they didn't, they heard about it from their head coach, that's for sure. But this is a team that you can imagine, even with a short season ahead, the off-season ahead, they'll be ready to go next year. They may not play their best basketball in October or November, but we'll see them wanting another championship, because it was almost the first thing that Coach Malone said after winning the championship was, I want another one. I want more. I want to keep moving forward. I'm not satisfied. I'll never be satisfied.
And we saw the Avalanche do that. They started extremely slow that is, and then stepped it up towards the end to almost get to the very, very top. With the Nuggets, the start of this year, remember, Jamal for the first, 20 games coming off the ACL. He was slow moving to get there. But yet they peaked when they needed to, got the #1 seed, and the rest is history.
I wonder, though, because the Avalanche did have to go through the losses of players, the Nazem Kadris and Andre Burakovskis, and they really did have a different lineup coming in and trying to defend their Stanley Cup. Then they have the injury to Landeskog, and all of a sudden their lineup got thin. This Nugget team, outside of Bruce Brown, they could just run it back. For the better part of it.
Nazem Kadri and Bruce Brown are the two you looked at as kind of linked. Feels very, very similar. They've done such a good job with their current team. They got to cash in at some point. That your career is slow. But the Avalanche losing Gabe Landeskog, I don't think you can exaggerate how big that was. He was the leader of this team. Well, the Joker is the leader of this team. Knock on wood, healthy as can be. Wants more.
I don't know if we can pull it up. We talked earlier about Nikola Jokic and Cale Makar, the photograph. There's another photograph of Gabriel Landeskog with Jamal Murray. And when you talk about the grit guys in locker rooms, those two guys were also, they got together in March at that Mile High Dreams Gala that Kroenke Sports holds. And you just know that there is some sort of connection or recognition of those guys, what it takes to win, and you did it. And there you see Jamal along with Landeskog and Cale Makar this past March. And you know that's not just mutual respect, it's also tell me how you do it. Tell me what it takes. Do we have enough? Yeah, we got enough. We're going to do what you did.
What's your secret? Because it's a mental game. It's such a mental game in so many ways, too, to get to something like this and to get through it.
I want to thank Michael Martin for sending me those pictures from that night, because I thought they were just so interesting to see those teams mixing and meshing, and hoping the Nuggets certainly hoping to achieve what the Avs did. We'll take a break. We're coming right back to Civic Center Park. We're going to hear from all the Nuggets as they get to the podium coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of people have gathered here to celebrate your 2023 NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Tom Green along with Kim Christensen, Rod Mackey, and Kyle Clark is out among them as well.
When you talk to the fans who are right here up front, they got here early. You don't do that for no reason. If you're up front, you got here at the crack of dawn because this matters a lot to you. These are the Millers from Denver. Why did it matter so much to you to be here today?
Hey, we've been waiting a lifetime for this, literally, man. So we go to games, as many games as possible. First time we've all witnessed it in all of our lifetime. So I just felt like it was important for us to get out here and show our support. And these guys wanted to get up and be in front so they can see their guys. They wanted to see their guys, so we came out here about 4:30, so hopefully make that happen.
All right, tell the truth. Are you here because you want to be here, or are you here because your dad wants you to be here?
I'm here because I want to be here.
What's it been like experiencing this championship run with your family?
It's been really exciting. I've been waiting for this for a while now, and I just have a lot of hope for us going forward.
How many old Nugget stories has your dad made you sit through? Maybe a couple? He was telling me he was watching Nuggets back on Channel 2 in the day. That's an old school fan. Hey, enjoy the day. You guys have got the best seats in the house. All right, have a good one, man.
Thank you, Kyle. You know, it gave me a chance to look at this crowd and all the jerseys and T-shirts that everyone's wearing, all the Nugget gear. It used to be kind of hard to find people wearing Nugget gear.
Yeah,
there have
not
been some
anymore.
lean years, but there's so much Nugget gear, and I'm going to give you my estimate. As far as jerseys, 50% are Jokic jerseys.
100, yeah, I'm with you.
But I like seeing the random ones, the Paul Millsap, the Dikembe Mutombo, the Chauncey Billups. A lot of Jamal Murray's, of course.
Yep.
Allen Iverson, we've seen.
A lot of AIs. I see a Bone Tywin out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be a random
That's
one.
a guy who everyone's enjoying this. Poor Bones.
So we've been watching these fire trucks go through from 17th and making their way down Broadway. And as they go through, everyone comes here. And our friend Marshall Zellinger has been following them a bit. We're going to get his look in a minute. But here you see the dismount, which can be tough on a fire truck.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, well.
If you've even, had any partaking in anything, that's not an easy exit.
We already have the Christian Brown injury. They're going to leave it at that.
Jumping off the fire truck.
So in the wake of these trucks, there is the cleanup of what was left behind. And Marshall Zellinger always has been our cleanup hitter. He's got more on that.
Cleanup duty. I will say, by the way, I heard Kyle say they were watching on Channel 2 back in the day. I remember Prime Sports Network is when I used to watch the Nuggets. Al Albert, I believe, at the time. I'm a little disappointed in Denver. Everybody has left, and we've got the MVPs at the parade back here. We're on 17th still between Glenarm and Welton, and this is the street sweeping crew. I guess if you were ever going to cheer for something like this, and maybe stick around and applaud and give thanks, this would be the time, because we all know that once the parade is over, and if the road was still closed because it was trash, we would be complaining about that. So let's give kudos where it belongs to the city crews and the contractors here, cleaning up the stuff we left behind. And why we made it so messy, I know some of these are from the players throwing cans off of the fire trucks. And it's cute when it goes by, but now we're seeing the effects of it. I would like to see a few more people stick around and clap. I let them know that, it's not their fault. There's still the rally going on. Got to get the good seat. But I want to give them thanks for cleaning up the mess that we left behind, and the mess that they'll continue to have to clean up once everybody leaves your location over at Civic Center Park. I was hoping I could get one of these guys to come over, do a quick interview with them like we were doing with the players and the coach, but I know they got a lot of work to do.
Hey, Marshall, I have a couple quick questions about Excel, but I'll ask them another time. Yeah, we'll do that another time.
Headquarters is
when we're watching the dismount of the fire truck, and obviously they at some point got to get the party started here, so maybe the truck had started to run into problems with the crowd trying to get everyone from here to there.
I know, just the turn, the infamous turn, has taken a long time. I've loved how this, like we've talking about, this crowd is popping with the music, but when they play the highlights, it's like everybody stops. They're just loving and watching all of these highlights and looking back.
The funny thing is, think about how long ago it was now that Christian Brown, the shirtless Christian Brown, came out and waved to the crowd. He's chomping at the bit. He wants to get this party started.
So his rookie season is over. You know, this means now that he no longer has to carry the bags or get coffee. There'll be a new rookie, a new draft choice who has to do all the grunt work. So it's probably a huge relief to him. And just another championship.
He's got a brother too, right? That's playing in college, so you never know if
So here's the So we're trying to piece together exactly what has happened as far as the parade itself getting to the city and county building, because the scene we've been watching involved a fire truck that may or may not have hit someone. We saw so many people crowding around the fire trucks. The concern is that that may have happened. So those players that were on that last truck have now been loaded onto this paramilitary SWAT vehicle, if you will, for the final leg of their trip back to the city and county building. But we'll try to gather more information as far as what may have happened back there with one of the fire trucks. Certainly, there were plenty of first responders on scene, so if anyone was in fact hurt, they were certainly well surrounded by people who could help them as best they could. So we'll get the details on that as we continue to watch the Nuggets Championship Parade draw to a close, to be followed by this rally here at Civic Center Park. And Kim, you were just noticing the crowd density.
Oh my goodness, it's changed dramatically within the last hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I mean, they are shoulder to shoulder.
And it's warming up. It's going to be a little hot in there.
Up, so warm and shoulder to shoulder. Oh, we're looking backstage. I think we'll get close. Is that Aaron Gordon? I'm looking from behind. It looks like Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, it's hard to see on our little monitor there. But these guys, because remember, half of the team has already arrived. So they've been waiting while the others kind of get chipped in here.
Were you guys ever in plays like in 5th grade or 6th grade? You'd go peek out the curtain to see where mom or dad was?
Oh, heck yeah.
That's what they're doing now.
Can you imagine? Look at them. They are. They're looking at the crowd and checking it out.
There.
Like, look at what's
I think that's
there.
DeAndre. I can't. Yeah, that's DeAndre Jordan and MPJ.
MJP.
Yeah, getting a good look at the crowd that's waiting for him. And boy, is this crowd ready to see him. they're watching, as Kim was alluding to, a string of highlights now, and now they're doing the playoff highlights. And it's so fun to think of how people felt after this team lost a game to Minnesota, lost 2 games to Phoenix, or lost that 1 game to Miami, how everyone just puckered, like, oh, is this it? Is this our Achilles heel? Do we not have enough to finish? And the way this team then just responded by pounding whatever came next. This team's ability to rebound and deal with adversity, extraordinary.
They have a championship DNA before they were champions.
Yeah,
they truly did. I thought it was really interesting listening to Nikola from throughout the playoffs to even with the celebration. He expected this, and then he almost didn't expect it to be just like a basketball game. To him, even though it was the biggest game of his career, it was still just a basketball game, and that's the way he played, calm and cool, and got the job done.
Okay, I think we're going to get to Jacob.
Yeah, he's up on the stage. Let's see what
Jacob.
Jacob's got.
Stand by. Stand by.
Maybe Jacob can't hear us.
All right, yeah, so we just got on the riser here. We are waiting the players to come out. They have gathered in the back. It took a while for all the floats to come in. DeAndre Jordan's float was one of the last to come in, Jeff Green's, and then of course head coach Michael Malone, who I don't know how much of it we showed, guys, but Michael Malone stayed on at the end of the truck at the ladder and really soaked in that moment for 5 to 7 minutes and was getting visibly emotional on that fire truck. And he stepped off the truck a few minutes after that. He talked to us for a little bit, and he couldn't get through his first question and answer because he was crying because the journey's been so long. Remember, this is a guy that was fired in Sacramento back in, I think, 2015 or 2016. And ever since then, he always thought this could be a possibility, but you never know when you're fired and you only get so many chances. He said this is one of 30 jobs in the world. And so he was truly grateful. So that was one of my favorite parts of this whole parade, just really seeing Coach Malone take it in. And then, of course, I came off that rookie fire truck with Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, Jack White, Colin Gillespie. Those dudes were having a ball. They were the first float to get off. The players got off the float and really enjoyed the moment, soaked it in with some of the crowd. And Christian Brown was having himself a ball. Took his shirt off pretty early on in this thing. So the vets did the same thing as well. We talked to Ish Smith, Jeff Green. They said they really wanted to get off the floats after seeing the rookies do it because of how much the fans mean to this team here in Denver, here in the Mile High City. So we're still waiting the players. It seems like they're getting close, but still not 100% ready yet to get this thing started. So we'll see what else happens here, but what a gorgeous, beautiful day here in downtown Denver. The Denver Nuggets are NBA champions, and we're loving life. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jacob, thanks very much. We want to update that situation we were talking about with the fire truck, and apparently someone was hit, and in fact it was an officer, and we're told it appears there were serious injuries. So we will continue to update that story, of course, because that's important. You think of the massive logistical effort that it is to kind of ad-lib a parade, even if you knew how to do it last year. I mean, everyone is in motion. So our best thoughts go out to that officer who is apparently injured, and we'll keep you updated as we get more information about what may have happened out there.
Well, you think of how they've had to respond, basically preparing for the celebration in the streets after every game, too. They have been everywhere, the police officers protecting everyone, doing their best. And, of course, we had those unfortunate circumstances on Monday night. So this sounds like it was an accident, but we're sending our very, very best thoughts.
Well, Jacob was talking about Michael Malone and his ability, I think, to understand the weight of the moment, but also I wonder how he would connect as a working stiff, if you will, with those first responders who drove him through on the fire truck and all the fans who took a day off to come visit with them. There you see a great look at the trophy. Uncle Jeff enjoying his moment in time. This team is going to get another chance to hug it, but Coach Malone gets it. He gets how hard people work and what they do to come to their games and come to a parade as well.
And you remember, he took time out, and he does it on his own to salute Nuggets Nation. He made a point of doing that several times throughout this playoff run. He talked about when he first got here how nobody was going to the games. Now they're selling out watch parties to watch the game on the big screen at Ball Arena. It's changed so much, and he understands that. He's also a coach's kid who knows how hard you have to work. Rocky getting to hold the trophy over his head. I mean, this stuff is just as good as it gets.
When I saw MPJ peek his head out and look out, and he shook his head like in disbelief at the size of this crowd, almost in disbelief.
I mean, we're looking at it up to the Capitol. It's stacked up to the top of the stairs. I didn't think it would be bigger than the Avalanche crowd. I was wrong. This is bigger.
Well, they are enjoying passing it around. And, all those players certainly earned it. And, Jeff Green is a moving story, though, because he was a lottery pick, and he's been in the league for a long time. But, he had to have heart surgery. I mean, his career, his livelihood certainly was in jeopardy. And, for him to finally get his turn to dance with the Larry O'Brien Trophy and to end up in a situation with a coach and a roster that understood who he was at this point in his career, what he was able to bring. Because you think of how many big shots he hit down the stretch, how many rebounds, how many tasks he was given in these last 2 months, and he came through.
And the respect he has from his teammates. After the Nuggets advanced to the finals, Nikola was asked who he was happiest for, and he said Jamal. After they won the championship, he was asked again, who are you now happiest for? He said everyone else. And he would point out guys like Ish Smith, like Jeff Green, guys that have been there, have gone through the trials and tribulations, and now finally have reached the mountaintop.
Yeah, and he hosted them for dinner, which was wonderful in Miami.
Nice house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
nice
dinner, a lot of people credit that dinner with being a big part of going from 1-1 and coming home 3-1 was, and it says a lot about this team that Jeff Green could say, hey, everybody come on over, and it says a lot about his house.
Yeah.
But it also one of those things where everyone felt comfortable, like, that's Uncle Jeff. That's his role. He knew to do it, and, it was perfect. It worked out as a great opportunity for them to blow off some steam, re-galvanize. Rocky and Kyle Speller enjoying their moment in the spotlight up in front there. Kyle, of course, the voice of Ball Arena for all those Nuggets games. He's the one who gets that crowd jacked up time
Another
and time
fantastic
again.
Story.
Yeah.
He's another guy that's just got a great background, and he's got that voice that gets you. You hear him go, and you get goosebumps, especially now.
Well, we're coming up on noon, and noon is when we're expecting to get everything going. So I imagine we're getting close to the actual rally here. And so they have some videos. Kyle's going to be introducing people, and then the show's going to lift off. And this crowd is ready for liftoff.
They're playing that opening, chiller kind of hype-up video right now. That's getting everybody going. Let's hope it was something they saw in the locker room.
Every voice together.
Well, there you see
soundboard to kitchen.
We are getting a look at the mass that has gathered here today, and the trees are obscuring some of the people that are here, because if you look off to our right and our left, we're seeing more people than even that shot can show under the beautiful Rocky Mountains and the city and county building. That view from the state capitol, it's so Denver. And now the Nuggets and their championship, so Denver as well.
They're playing that hype video now, and it's fun because they're starting with the start of the season, and they're playing it through. And there were such high hopes for this team, and you kept saying, are they going to actually do it? Is this the year that they finally get over the mountaintop? Remember, they had never gotten to the NBA Finals. They'd gotten to the conference finals 4 times. They lost 4 of them, 3 to the LA Lakers, so it was really kind of sweet revenge, the fact that they had to get LeBron and the Lakers out of the way to get there. And not only do they get there, once they're there, say, hey, we might as well win it all. Might as well get wins 13, 14, 15, and 16, and Denver did just that.
Even the Nugget fan needed to be convinced, because if you're a true Nugget fan, you've known that it was never quite enough. This team had more than enough, and they went out and put it all on the line and brought a championship back. And today's the day they share the championship, and this whole area, not just Denver or Colorado, the Rocky Mountain region fans get a chance to share in an NBA championship with a great team. So today's the day.
Soak it in, right? Everybody should. Put your feet up if you're at home and enjoy.
So I'm not sure when we're going to join the podium, but I would think pretty soon.
And you hear they're showing the Michael Malone chants, which you would do after every single game. You see it on their Twitter. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family. And that's what this Nuggets team was. It's a team but it was also a family. And that's a big reason you got to believe for their success.
Yeah, you love on each other, and then you're there for each other when they need somebody extra. We're seeing them, everybody. They're out there. They're ready.
Yeah, we talked about that cycle, that positive cycle of chemistry and winning, and how they feed off each other and feed each other. And as the Nuggets and their staff and everyone get to come out and sit here and look at this crowd, hear this noise, this love that is sent their way, this in some ways launches next year.
Well,
in some ways it's closing the book on this year.
I hope that, you look at the ownership team, and there we see Michael Malone as well.
You wonder if David Adelman's going to be around next year.
He's got his assistant, Popeye.
Yep.
And David Adelman. Yep. What a great crew. And a lot of people, Jamal Murray after the game was very funny saying that David Adelman's a terrible coach because he doesn't want anyone to come hire him because he appears to be first in line for an NBA head coaching job.
Well, remember, he did great things when Michael got COVID and couldn't coach. Adelman filled in when Michael got kicked out of the game. Adelman would fill in, and obviously he's going to be a hot commodity.
His dad, Rick Adelman, was recognized at the home games here as well, the winner of the Chuck Daly Humanitarian Award. So especially good.
I think we're getting this going.
They're welcoming Rocky now.
Nuggets Nation! It's time to introduce to you your 2023 NBA champion. To you, your 2023 NBA champion, Denver Nuggets! First up, allow me to introduce you to your coaches and trainers. First up, we got player development Boniface Dog. Player development Stephen Graham. Special assistant to the head coach Andrew Munson. Assistant coach Elvis Valcarcel. Assistant coach Augie Stojakovic. Assistant coach John Beckett. Assistant coach Charles Glass. Assistant coach Ryan Bowen. Assistant coach Papa Jones. Assistant coach Ryan Saunders. Assistant coach David Adelman. And make some noise for your head coach, Michael Malone. And now it's time to meet. Wait a minute, let's do it like we do it in Ball Arena. Everybody up on your feet. No one sitting in your seat. Yeah! It's time to meet your 2023 NBA champion, Denver Nuggets. From Kansas, number 0, Christian Texas A&M, number 6, go DJ, that's my DJ, go DJ, that's my DJ, DeAndre Jordan. From Boston College, out by way of Colorado Springs, y'all, number 7, Reggie Jackson. From UCLA, they call this man P. Watt, number 8, Peyton Watson. number 10, Aussie, oi, 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 Jack White. From Boston, Massachusetts, number 11, Yippee-ki-yay! Bruce Brown. From Indiana, number 13, TV13, Thomas Bryant. From Wake Forest, number 14, Ish Smith. From Villanova, number 21, Colin Gillespie. From Arizona, number 22, Zeke Najee. From Slovenia, number 31, Vlatko Čanča. From Georgetown, number 32, Uncle Jeff Green. And now it's time to meet your starters. From Georgia, number 5, I got 5 on it, yeah. KC3, Kentavious Caldwell Poe. And all the way from the upper room, from Arizona, number 50, Missouri, number 1, Michael Porter Jr. And at center, from Sombor, Serbia, number 15, MVP, Nikola number 27, the Blue Arrow Belly, Jamal Murray. Make some noise for your 2023 NBA World Champion, Denver Nuggets. I can't hear you. And now, one more time, let's make some noise for your boys. Please welcome Denver Mayor Michael Hancock.
Come on, Nugget Nation, make some noise. Nugget Nation, make some noise. Listen, we gotta pause in this party to give thanks to all of our sponsors. Let's thank Front Range Toyota Stores and Visit Denver and the Denver Chamber of Commerce and Downtown Partnership for making today possible. Make some noise for our sponsors. I want to give a special shout out. Y'all make some noise. There are at least 1 million people here today. We want to give a shout out to all the city staffers, agencies, and sponsors who made today possible. Make some noise for our first responders who are taking care of all of us today. To Josh and Stan Kroenke and the entire KSE family, thank you for our back-to-back championships in Denver. To my man Michael Malone, the head coach. To all the players and the entire organization, from the GM to Rocky, the best mascot in professional sports, the talented Nugget dancers, the baddest arena announcer, Kyle Spillard, the ball arena ushers, concession workers, technical engineers, arena security, Denver Police Department, Denver Fire, Denver Paramedics, and of course, you, the 6th Nugget player, the fans of Nugget Nation. Make some noise! We want to say to the players, when the national media refused to acknowledge your greatness, Nugget Nation had your back. What? We came, we saw, and we conquered. And by the way, Jokic, there has never been a doubt in our minds. You are the MVP. You are the MVP. The entire city, the entire nation salutes the Nuggets family today. We thank you for showing what family, teamwork, and hard work produces when it all aligns. So we're going to enjoy this championship, and we'll see you next year, same time, for the next back-to-back championship. Gabby, where's Jamal Murray? Jamal. Jamal. Come on, Jamal. We got to get Jokic on the plane. Wait. Hey, Jamal, nothing against your teammates, but you showed us all grit and courage this year. You are my favorite player of the Denver Nuggets. On behalf of the entire city, it's my pleasure to present to you this proclamation that proclaims this day to be known as Nugget Nation Day in Denver, Colorado. Jamal Murray.
Thank you so much, Mayor Hancock. Nuggets Nation, what an incredible accomplishment we are here celebrating today. I am Carrie Ann Keough, and it is my distinct honor to introduce to you our next speaker. He played 10 seasons in the NBA before moving into the administration side of the game, becoming a scout for the New Orleans Hornets, and coming up the ranks from there. He was named Assistant General Manager of the Denver Nuggets in 2017 and was part of the front office that began forming the architecture of the team you see around me here today, including drafting Michael Porter Jr. Since being named the 17th General Manager in franchise history in 2020, he helped orchestrate the trade for Aaron Gordon, brought in KCP and Bruce Brown, and drafted Christian Brown. Under his leadership, the Nuggets have made the playoffs every year en route to the franchise's first ever NBA championship. Please give a warm welcome to Denver Nuggets General Manager Calvin Booth.
Denver, it's been 47 long years, but because of the guys and the girls on this stage, and because of you, everyone out here, we're world champions!
Hey! Look at our little old town! It's a hoops town! Darn right it is! North Side! Years ago today, 8 years ago today, the Denver Nuggets introduced Michael Malone as their head coach. The moment he arrived, he established a culture and an identity that would take the Denver Nuggets to places they've never gone before. And here we are. No coach in history of the Denver Nuggets has more playoff wins than Michael Malone. No coach has ever told an opposing team and its fan base to take that L on the way out. He came into this world as the son of a coach, but in these playoffs, he became the Lakers' daddy. So I tell you what, NBA, put that in your pipe and smoke it!
Nuggets Nation, what's up? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Hey, we just won a damn championship. 47 years in the making. So my first thank you is to you, the fans. Stand with us. Stand with us. I love you. I appreciate it. My second thank you, Kroenke family, Stan and Josh, love you, appreciate it. And then over there somewhere, my wife, Jocelyn, my two beautiful daughters, stay away from them now. My two beautiful daughters over there, I love you guys. We could not have accomplished this without you. You're a part of this. I've dreamed about this day since I got here 8 years ago. So I want to say, Nuggets Nation, I love you. Nuggets Nation, let's do it again. We're not satisfied. We don't want one, we want two. We don't want one, we want two. We don't want one, we want two. And the guys behind me, 17 players. From Stan and Josh Kroenke, Calvin Booth, and to 17 players. I got guys like DeAndre Jordan. I got guys like Jeff Green. I got guys like Ish Smith. They've been around this league a long time. And they helped us get here. I got KCP. 2 rings. 2 rings. I got guys like Bruce Brown. Come here, Bruce. Bruce. Hey, y'all tell me, is Brucey B going anywhere? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hey, we running this shit back. Hey, how about a rookie? How about a rookie winning a championship in college, coming to the Nuggets and helping us win the chip? Christian Brown, come here, man. Christian Brown, come here, man. This dude right here, he's a bad man. Bad man, bad man. I love him, I love him. When we win a championship, it's 17 players strong. It's the coaching staff, it's the front office, it's the ownership, but more importantly, it's all of you. To celebrate today with 500,000 strong means the world to me. My mother, my father, my wife, my kids, it's just a surreal moment. And I got one thing. Y'all want to do it again? I can't hear you. Y'all want to do it again? I can't hear you. Y'all want to do it again? Let's do this. Let's do this. Dynasty, dynasty, dynasty. I love y'all. I love y'all, and I love y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, Denver. Thank you for that intro.
Katie Wingy, the biggest Nuggets fan in history. Katie, take us home, Katie. Come on, Katie. Hey, give it up to Katie Wingy. Everybody, let's go! Katie Wingy.
All right, Denver, now it's time to hear a player's voice. He started as a kid from Kitchener that believed he could be more. Jamal Murray told us the performances we saw back in the bubble, back in 2020, that was just the beginning for him. He told us that he would come back even better. He told us, just wait and see what this team can do when they're healthy. All those hills that he ran in the cold days in Canada, the comeback that was so much greater than the setback. It all led him to right here, the arrow on target in Denver, Colorado. Standing on this stage, a world champion. And no stage has ever been too big for Jamal Murray. Hey, Champ Mal, come on up here. Welcome, champion Jamal Murray.
Yes, sir. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? We really did this. Y'all really did this. Y'all give me energy. We give you energy. And we champs for life. Champions for life. And with that, I'm gonna bring out somebody special. I'm gonna bring out the two-time MVP, Finals MVP, Western Conference MVP, the league MVP, Nikola Jokic, y'all.
Hey, you guys know he stat pads, right? And you guys know he didn't win a third in a row MVP because the voters didn't want to vote for him. This guy right here is an amazing player, but I hope you all know him, Natalia, their daughter, their brothers, their family, they are a huge part of Denver. So let's give it up for Nikola Jokic and his family. I love you.
You hear me? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, though. You know that I told that I don't want to stay on parade, but I fucking want to stay. Our whole lives, and when we see you guys that came out on the streets, and actually this one is for you. We love you, Denver. This one is for you. Thank you, guys.
Last person I want to speak. This guy's been in the NBA for 16 years. This guy had no idea that his career would continue with his heart. And let me tell you something about Jeff Green. He's all heart every day. And for me, everyone on this stage, we're not satisfied with one. Who wants another one out there? No. Fuck that. Husband, father, and I couldn't be more thankful to have him on our team. I want Jeff Green to close this out because he deserves this. So please, please, let's give a huge round of applause for Uncle Jeff. Uncle Jeff, let's go!
Well, I wasn't expecting that one. But all I got to say is, my baby, yes, sir. Thank you guys. It was a great season, grinding season. You guys' support got us all the way, and we appreciate you guys. We did this for you guys, the city of Denver. We did it for you. My teammates, I love you guys. I've been waiting 16 long ass coach, Jamal, Joker, DJ Ish, you old. Okay, I won't say that. My man KC, two-time. Help me out, baby. Help me out, baby.
Yo, we're gonna close out. I'm losing my voice right now, but we're gonna close out. I'm gonna count to 3, and we just gonna go Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? I want the whole crowd. I want everybody to chant it. We champions. We did this for y'all. 47 years, man, for a championship, man. We wanna celebrate this with y'all and enjoy this with y'all. So I'm gonna count to 3, and we're gonna go Nuggets. 1, 2, 3.
Last one, I promise you, last one. This is for everybody out there. Every night in our locker room, we win a game, we say something special. We talk about family. We're a family, win or lose, and all you guys, ladies, are part of that family. So on 3, we're gonna say family on 3. And I wanna hear it loud. All right, y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Yeah. Family on 3, folks. 1, 2, 3. Family! Love you guys.
Yo, what's up? What's up, gang? Yo, what's happening? Yeah, what's happening? Man. Yeah. Get your gas up. Get your gas up. Hey, we love y'all. We love y'all. Thank you very much. This is all a collective. It's everybody. It's everybody in the city. This is for the whole city. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. We love y'all, man. We gonna run this back. We gonna run it up. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Oh, man, love. I got a question for y'all. One question. One more here? You heard it here first. Nuggets fans, make some noise one more time for your 2023
Well, the Nuggets and the trophy are in no hurry to leave the stage. What a welcome they got, a crescendo from the crowd. So excited to finally see and hear from their NBA champions. And there were two great mysteries that were both answered today. One, of course, has to do with Bruce Brown and where he'll be next year. Both Coach Michael Malone and Bruce Brown indicating Bruce Brown's coming back. At least that's the way things stand today. And the other thing I think a lot of people were worried about or wondering about was whether or not Nikola Jokic enjoyed the parade.
I know it. He cleared that one up, did he not?
How's the 7-second delay on the broadcast?
Well, we should have trained it last year when Gabriel Landeskog spoke.
Yes.
But the punctuation of the F-bomb, if you will, in the crowd goes over so well. People are so excited to hear that passion and emotion from players and coaches. And then when they finish, and AG and Bruce Brown aren't quite finished.
No, they were not.
Got more to say.
I'll tell you what, the crowd just loves Bruce Brown. And it feels like he broke news today, saying, I'm back for one more year. We just got covered in some confetti because the wind blew it our direction.
I think
it felt so cool.
The only disappointment, I think, for the players on stage and maybe for the crowd as well, they seem to really want Nikola Jokic to take off his shirt.
I know
they kept saying he was tempting us.
He faked it.
He bluffed it. It was obviously the emotions and the lines we can draw between last year's parade for the Avs. I mean, the hyper-emotional coach understanding all that they went through from Jared Bednar down to Michael Malone.
I got to tell you, that was so much fun. And Michael Malone, you can tell, nothing against Vance Joseph, but he's having the time of his life.
He was like the MC.
He was the MC. He took it. Hey, Vic, scoot aside. I'm taking over here. He was tremendous, and he kept saying, I'm going to bring up one last guy. And then, of course, there were other players, as you mentioned, like AG and Bruce wanted to come up there and talk as well. It was tremendous. And how many times did he say, let's do it again? One more. It is so funny how he's turned the page on making this just not a one-time thing. Dynasty. Mention the word dynasty, Tom.
And also, you see the picture with DeAndre Jordan here. Like I said, for many, the last time they'll be together as this exact group, this championship group. And those players like a DeAndre Jordan, and of course Jeff Green, who we wanted to bring up, those veteran players to Michael Malone ring so true. I mean, they're almost the same age as Michael Malone, and they've been through the wars, and he respects what they've been through and how they got here.
Yeah. Everything that Michael Malone said was really, I think, it touched and it kind of summed up the feeling of this whole season and his true love for those players and their love for him and the affection they show. There we look at Chris Brown.
He's a bad
Chris Brown
man.
is a superstar.
Bad man.
And we saw in the crowd, as Tom pointed out, a sign for AG with a phone number. Christian Brown is also very beloved.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because oftentimes you'll hear in the glow of a championship people say things about next year, and Bruce Brown's future would be one of them. But the way Michael Malone said it today, the way Bruce Brown reacted and then said it himself today, it sounds like it's already a done deal, like they've already shook hands on the deal.
I hope so, but I do flash back to almost 365 days ago with Nazem Kadri, and obviously got one of the biggest ovations of all the Avalanche players.
He had a great run,
and in the end, ended up going for the money, goes to Calgary, and moves on. But boy, I mean, Michael Malone, it's hard for us to see, we're so far away, but I'm wondering when he said that about Bruce Brown, if he glanced over the Cronkies, show that man the money. I mean, figure out a way to make it work. Look, they are so, the Stogies, it is, as Michael Malone said, family.
These are the photographs of your lifetime. These photographs will be in these pictures, in these players' dens, in the coaches' dens, on their phones forever. And these will be the ones that they'll always remember that moment, that year. And, you think of the guys who took the hard road to get here, and then you think of Christian Brown, who was obviously a big part of it. But there's Jamal. He's one of the guys who took a tough road to get here. But these guys are together. They're together now, and they'll be bonded together, not only as teammates, but as champions forever.
Well, as you pointed out, you won't ever see this exactly the same way again.
Yeah.
Will never be. If there is another one next year, there will be only one first. One first, and this was it.
Look at how happy Nikola is. It's so awesome to see the Joker just glow like this. And Michael Malone couldn't help himself. He had to take one more shot at the NBA.
Yeah, he did.
And their lack of knowledge about Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets couldn't figure it out until they won an NBA championship. And there is no doubt that the Joker should have been a 3-time MVP. But you know what? He was the MVP of the NBA Finals, and that means so much more.
And I think Nikola Jokic probably spoke for a total of 25 or 30 seconds, but he communicated right to the heart of everyone here about the parade, because he's probably as famous for saying, I just want to go home. I'm done. The job is done, as he is for what he did on the court, and everyone knew it. There's Aaron Gordon pointing to his ring finger. But, saying, I did want to be here. This was tremendous, and he loved it.
It just shows you, Kim, look at this. I mean, they're not exiting stage left. They're up there. They're celebrating.
That's
they're waving to the crowd. They're playing to the
other
crowd.
night, He said, I want to walk in the streets and see the people. I mean, this is their one chance they can truly let down and just see and absorb the moment and the love from the fans. Hey, we got some dancing.
The Joker can move.
Know. They did the Serbian dance in the locker room, Michael Malone with them the other night, but it looks like the Joker wants to do a little dancing as well.
Well, and we're watching these guys celebrate. We're also watching this giant crowd start to make its way out of Civic Center Park. All these people, took their day, and all those nights they watched during the playoffs and the years before and years before that, and enjoying their Nuggets and their Nuggets' ascent to this championship. And now these people got to be here and be part of a big party, and now they get to celebrate all the way through the off season, because they're the defending champions and will be until mid-June of next year, when they'll be trying to win another one.
I also thought it was so cool. I mean, it's something that Michael Malone has preached the entire season. When he introduced the guys, he talked about their family. Before he let Nuggets Nation leave, he made everyone do the 1, 2, 3 family. It's more than just the Denver Nuggets team. It's the Denver Nuggets family.
Well, and I think that's what's so perfect about Nikola Jokic. He often talks about his family, illustrates it by his actions, but, most recently in interviews with the NBA, talked about how, basketball isn't the only thing. It's not the only thing for me, not the most important thing for me. I'm just really good at basketball. Yep. He has his priorities in place about what is the most important thing, and clearly his family has a big place in his heart. He loves the game. He obviously loves to win. He's a competitor too.
And we also got to hear
he adores his family.
We also got to hear from Jamal Murray a little bit. And he's just always, you can always tell, even when he's having a great time, there's something competitive going on in him.
Yes, there is.
He's got that edge to him.
And he was the last one that they brought out.
Yeah.
The crowd goes nuts for him. The mayor wants to single out Jamal Murray. There's just something special about his story. Obviously, the Joker gets most of the attention, most of the press, but what Jamal had to do to battle back to get here. And as you see, he does it. He gives you that angry Jamal face when he goes on one of those Murray flurries, and he's so intense. But now it's just the grin ear to ear. So special to see.
I think it's hard sometimes for players to truly understand the way they're felt about by fans. Now, this is in the glow of a championship and all, but to see this many people make this much noise and wait these long hours to celebrate them, it does resonate with players. You'd have to be a robot to not get it. And that's one of the things, I think the national media always figures, they look at Jokic and they think he just goes about his business and he's hard to derive emotion from because he's good at keeping it all in. This is him. It's important to him.
Kool and the Gang song lives on. Celebration. Couple of those. You got Queens, We Are the Champions. You got Kool and the Gang with Celebration.
That playlist hasn't changed in a while.
Yeah, it hasn't changed in all the years. And it's nice that we're playing it in Denver now.
Isn't that? I hope they stay up there for a while. I mean, you want that, It's like your analogy to a wedding, Tom. It's like, take it in, enjoy it a little bit. Don't make it end. Nobody wants it to end, really. That's the thing.
And the difference from a wedding is, like we talk about, these guys finally get to go on vacation now. And the way pro sports are, the 17 players that Coach Malone kept referring to aren't going to be the same 17 next year. So it's going to change. It's not going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's just going to change. So for this group, this moment, this day is, as good as it gets. And they know, especially the veterans know, they have all sorts of friends up and down the league who've never stood in front of a crowd like this celebrating that day when you are the champion.
Can you imagine the hype when the season starts in the fall? I mean, because normally sometimes it is, to be honest, lost in the sea of football. There's going to be so much hype when the Nuggets start playing again. And the Avalanche.
Let's just hope that we can figure out a way to get it so Nuggets Nation can watch the Nuggets.
I know.
I mean, such a team, such a season, and you just feel for so many of the fans that weren't able to watch till the playoffs, and now you see what a special team it was. And the commissioner has talked about it. They've got to figure out a way for it to go. They've got to get them on. But there's just got to be a way that Colorado can see their championship team on television.
Well, we're watching one of the men who might be able to fix that, and it's not Aaron Gordon. We'll see what happens with that, but that is going to make for some healthy offseason discussion when you're now a champion. We've seen teams in Denver off losing years have to raise their ticket prices to stay, in whatever sphere they want to be in. This is a team that is going to probably ask for more from its fans next year, and they will at least have the ring to back it up. But Josh and Stan Kroenke there with Aaron Gordon, it's going to be interesting to see, what they see as the evolution of this team going forward, because now you've reached this point. Michael Malone sees the next point on the court. But what you're alluding to is that off-court absence from being on local television. That may be the greatest issue this team faces in the offseason.
And they weren't able to accomplish it after the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup last season. So you hope that they can get it figured out this time around, because it's just not fair to this fan. These passionate fans, I mean, so unbelievable how many were out here to watch this. It just shows you the passion, the love they have for their teams.
As
now,
you said,
2 championships.
Filling Ball Arena for the away games. Filling Ball Arena.
I didn't hear what is it you want to head to? It's still good.
Break when we're ready.
Oh, we should probably go to a break then.
It's over.
I'm ready. Let's go to a break.
Sad.
Amid all of the fun here today, we also had a serious situation involving the Nuggets parade. At about 13th and Cherokee, an officer was struck by a fire truck. You can see there were a big crowd in the area. We do have an update now. We were told originally by Denver police that that officer was transported with serious injuries. Now our Steve Stager is standing by with an update now from the hospital. Steve?
Tom, we're outside of Denver Health where this officer was rushed shortly after this crash. I want to step out of the way and you can take a look.
Nuggets! Let's go!
So you can take a look. See the guy in green right there? That is the same kind of uniform that we saw from some cell phone video on the ground. These officers who were SWAT officers kind of trying to help with a bit of crowd control during this parade as all the fire trucks went by. You can see their kind of ATVs that they were driving around. Interesting that those are here. Might be interesting to see if those are what actually transported the officer here to Denver Health. We are hearing that they are serious injuries. Alex Lewis on the ground there talked to a Denver police officer who said some broken bones likely what happened after this fire truck hit this police officer. We're still waiting on official confirmation on that from Denver police on the condition of this officer. But I can tell you that while we were down there on the ground, that last fire truck that was making its way with the O'Brien Trophy and with Nikola Jokic, there was just a crowd of people who just jumped over the barricades along the parade route and were surrounding that truck with Denver police officers all around, trying to kind of keep the crowd at bay. I saw that truck several times stop on a dime because there were people kind of encroaching the front of the truck. And so you imagine that crowd control during this parade is certainly going to be a topic. We'll see what went wrong here. We didn't see scenes like that during the Avalanche parade where you had a whole lot of people crowding around the vehicles that the players were inside. But surely toward the end of this parade, it was really a parade of fans making their way towards Civic Center Park. And that likely contributed to what we saw at 13th and Cherokee.
All right, Steve, thanks very much. Now, again, as he mentioned, Alex Lewis was over there in that area at 13th and Cherokee where all this happened and has a look at what, at this point, we understand what might have taken place with that officer.
This is not the ending or a scenario anybody could have foreseen or wanted to happen after this joyous parade. I am standing in front of Cherokee and 13th. That's essentially that final stretch where all of the floats, all of the fire trucks that the players were on made this final turn. And when that last fire truck with Jamal Murray and the Joker and the Larry O'Brien Trophy made that turn, what happened was there was a DPD SWAT officer who was standing inside in the middle of the road trying to, keep everybody away from the truck and keep the crowd safe. He somehow got stuck underneath that front passenger wheel. This DPD truck is one of their biggest. It's an aerial truck. Witnesses that I talked to who were on the scene say it was kind of a grisly scene because that officer got stuck, kind of ran over his legs a few times, and the driver of the car didn't really understand, couldn't hear, didn't know what was going on because there's so many fans around chanting. And get this, it was actually Jamal Murray who could look down because he was standing on that side of the float. He could look down and see what was happening, and he quieted the crowd.
Well, we'll hope that officer's injuries are not that serious. Of course, it doesn't sound like a great scene at all, especially for Jamal Murray and the Nuggets to be a part of that. So we'll be certainly updating that this afternoon on 4 o'clock at 9 News. We're going to come back for one more look at how things are going here at Civic Center Park as today the NBA champion Denver Nuggets were celebrated in front of hundreds of thousands. We'll be right back. There still are plenty of people down here at Civic Center Park. Plenty of people making their way away from the Nuggets celebration rally today, but the crowd dwindling from what it was. A huge crowd turning out on this beautiful mid-June day to celebrate the 2023 NBA champion Nuggets. And you think of the season and the moments you remember, but let's talk about today. What do you remember most about what we saw today?
So many things, but this crowd, I will be really interested to see the numbers in this crowd. But the energy and the love, and just the fact that this was the first that I think everybody really said, this isn't a dream. It really was. This isn't a dream. This is happening. And seeing them on the fire trucks, watching Christian Brown jump down and greet people, and everyone, the players were just so invested. And Michael Malone, he just spoke from the heart. I mean, he really did. It was like he coached us all up.
Yeah, a little bit. What do you remember most about today?
A lot of the things Kim said are the things I'll remember as well, but Michael Malone up there is what I will truly remember. You saw the just pure joy he has, the emotion, how proud he is of this team, of this organization, of what everyone has done. And then the fact that he is already building toward next year, saying, let's run it back. Let's have a dynasty. Look, that's our crew out there doing this stuff.
They're pretending they're NBA champs. Yeah. That'd be Scotty Jacob and Johnny Kurt.
I just thought that it was the fact that he brought Bruce Brown out in front of the Cronkies and said, you want him back. Yeah. And then Bruce came out and said, you want me back. That to me is what stands out, because that shows you that they don't want to be a one-hit wonder, that they want to bring it back and do it again next year.
And
as
when
Michael
he
Malone
said
dynasty,
that was
funny,
quite a moment.
You would say that most coaches shy away from ever going in that direction. Michael Malone is unafraid to take that direction, and like I said, right after the game, he said, we want one more. So he's a different coach, at least compared to your standard NBA coach. The stage still, of course, being used for some of the great photographs that people will remember for a long
everybody
time.
That's been a part of this.
So our own dance team, Scotty and Jacob, are up on stage getting down. Let's check in with them. Fellas?
Yeah, Scotty, you're dancing.
I want to dance with somebody who loves me.
This has been amazing, I think, just to be here to see all the joy, right? And Michael Malone talked about it. I think the biggest message you take away from today is that this is a family day. This is for family.
Yeah, and the greatest thing in life is happiness, right? And my goodness, did the entire city of Denver get to celebrate joy together today. I mean, it's so cool being up here and getting to turn back and see everybody and get to see the players too and just see the massive smiles on everyone's face. And like you said, yeah, I mean, it was cool. Malone is all about family and kept saying, one more year, how about next year? And the crowd sure did love that, Jacob.
Dynasty. They're talking about a dynasty here in Denver, Colorado. You were on the run for like a 2-mile stretch there.
I got my steps in today, absolutely.
Trying to run and gun with the fire trucks there. What was that like?
It was so cool. I mean, the most spectacular takeaway was Bruce Brown and Jeff Green and DeAndre Jordan all got out of their fire trucks because they wanted to be a part of the people, not on the trucks moving slowly, waving. They went out, they were giving high fives, taking pictures. It's just such a community that this team has brought together.
Yeah, the rookies did the same thing when I was on the fire truck. Christian Brown took off his shirt, started running away. Peyton Watson, same thing. So we're having a great day. It's a good day to have a
great day. Always is.
We're champions, baby. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Jacob and Scotty, thanks very much. And just want to, wrap things up from here because we got a beautiful Colorado day. We filled the place, and the Nuggets got to show that trophy to everyone.
Nice the weather could cooperate, a championship day for a championship team. And again, as they said, let's do it again next year.
Yeah, so many of us all of us longtime Coloradans, hold those memories of the Super Bowl wins and the Avalanche wins and the way this unifies people and makes people feel happy for just a little bit. Sometimes people have heavy stuff going on in their life, but sports gives you a relief and a sense of joy. And then to see this first experience for the Nuggets, who they've always been there, they just haven't gotten all the love.
Yeah, like many long journeys, when you get there, the trip was worth it. And for those who waited 47 years for an NBA championship, today was indeed a very special day. We're going to wrap up our coverage from down here at Civic Center Park. Of course, we'll have much more on what happened today and what is going to,
the cleanup crews
wrap
are out
up.
here
Yeah,
now.
the cleanup crews are working hard.
They're doing fast work next to me. I'm just going to show you.
As we get towards our afternoon shows at 4 o'clock and at 5 o'clock, and the reviews of what happened here on stage, how the fans reacted, the trucks, and of course the accident as well. There's a lot to cover from today, but I think for me it's always about Nikola Jokic, how he connects people, and that was what Jamal Murray said after the Game 5 win. He's our connector, and he does it in more ways than on the court. He does it, of course, in the locker room as well. And even today, surrendering his idea of not liking parades.
Yeah.
So it was nice to hear him and see him enjoying himself, and it seemed like everyone was enjoying themselves on the Nuggets team.
Oh yeah, they were. I think Ariel might need to save that jacket, for posterity, covered in champagne and everything else that was sprayed on her. But, it's all good. It's all happiness right now. They're still soaking it up there on the stage for a little bit.
So special for all the people that were out here. But again, you saw it during the parade. The Nuggets themselves, the players themselves. This is really for the fans, but the players enjoyed it so immensely. I mean, they truly, truly did. It's their chance to have that unique connection with the fans. It's one thing when you see them in the stands and they're on the floor and you see them at a distance or you see them on television, but the fact that they are together, that they were able to run through, high fives for the fans in the barriers, spray champagne on them, Jamal throwing hats to the crowd, and then of course the speeches up here headlined by Nikola Jokic saying how much he enjoyed the parade. Just great stuff.
This team lost its first game this year. They lost Game 1 this year. Big things were expected, and everyone's like, it's going to be one of those average Nugget teams again. And, they end up winning the Midwest Division, and on Christmas Day, take over the lead in the Western Conference and never let up. Then they sag a bit as they try to get some rest in on their way to the playoffs. And people are concerned that, here we go, the Nuggets are going to underperform in the playoffs again. And all of the stuff about the MVP that became kind of an unattractive discussion. And it all ended up here today. So we appreciate you joining us for our parade coverage. Much more coming up on 4 o'clock at 9 News. We'll see you this afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Now it's
dreaming about this moment, and it's finally come true. I'm going to be honest with you. I woke up the next morning after we won, and it all felt like a dream. I asked my wife, was it real? So this is what it's all about, man.
I've been dreaming of this moment since I was 5, especially being from Colorado. It's amazing. I can't wait to see my friends. I can't wait to see all the familiar faces. And really, I can't wait to just share this with my teammates.
Oh, man, this is history. I want to be a part of history.
I like a first day of Christmas type of vibe.
I need to hear the noise. Hear the noise real quick. Come on.
Man, this is what we wanted. This is the energy we wanted. There's a reason I want to get off and interact with everybody. They deserve this more than we do.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. We did it. This whole city of Denver, we all did it together.
Make some noise for your 2023 NBA World Champion.
We could not have accomplished this without you. You're a part of this.
Y'all give me energy. We give you energy. Champions for life.
How did you feel?
This one is for you. We love you, Denver. This one is for you. Thank you, guys.